rhythm and the groove. Move, move. Alright, I'm let me tell you listen. Move, move. We a dance to the rhythm and the groove. Move, move. Watch them massive and groove, them a move. So we chop it, so we do it. This a rhythm that I lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. Alright, so we chop it, so we do it. Lock down now we a lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. So we do it. This a rhythm that I lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. Alright, so we chop it, so we do it. Land down now we a lock down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel lock down the street. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune. All I'm full of, we go play back again. And everybody say yeah, 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 yeah. All I'm full of, we go play back again. See them tackle up the big tune.
What is going on, folks? How are you? Hopefully you all had a great week. Welcome aboard the FSBN channel. My name is Jason, and we're going to be flying the old 727 again, going from Newark to Louisville, which is actually a contract we're picking up. And if everybody's just checking in, let me know if you can hear me. Do me a favor, put 5x5 in the chat and I can hear you. Pops is checking in. How are you? We got Thibs in the house as well. And welcome to the channel. What we're about, really serious, really three things. Do it right, learn something, have fun. If you want to know about me and my background and my aviation history, in the description below, there's a bio. Please read it, and it'll tell you everything about me, what I could bring to the table for you. And let's get this going. Thibs says, I'm going to fly with you tonight, but I'm going to go with my first love, the 7.3. Haven't bought, I don't think you said you bought the haven't bought the 7.2 just yet. I gotcha. It's all good, man. So check this out. These flows are done. We worked on the flows, and we have an accompanying checklist. This is a Coastal Airways checklist, and the flows are going to be available for download for our YouTube members in our Discord channel and our patrons as well in the Discord channel. It'll be the members only section. Make sure you download that. It'll be a PDF. I'll get it stuck in there this weekend, and you folks it's everything basically derived over American Airlines, just in a single pilot format. And I'm going to show you those flows now. Cold and dark start. Let's do this thing. I hope you had a great week. Let's get in the flight and go from there. We are in UPS facility. And what we're doing is UPS is getting the United States Postal Service's contract in September, and UPS hired us to help them with some uplift there. We're not going to take, we're just doing a little bit. We're taking the flight from Newark, and while we're doing Newark is actually a USPS, US Postal Service's hub in Jersey. I think it's in Jersey City. It's very close to Newark. So they'll truck it out to here. We'll pick the mail up, about 45,000 pounds of mail and freight, and we'll send it down to SDF or Louisville, which is UPS's headquarters. Then what they do is they process the mail, they sort it, and we'll get another load in Louisville and then take it down to Jacksonville, Florida, where we'll unload it, and that's more mail. Again, that's another United States Postal Service's facility. We'll unload the mail there, and then we'll take another load from Jacksonville down to Miami, where we're done for the day. So we won't do that today, but that's the route that we're going to get. The contract we've got working right now. We're working on it. It's the very first thing you want to do. And we got a 5.5. Shelton is in the house. How are you? And he says, good evening, Captain. How was your day? All right, here we go. How was your week? What did the golfer dad want for Father's Day? A t-shirt. That's pretty good. Yeah, I love it. You gotta love it. You gotta absolutely love that stuff. The good puns we like. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on the radio switches. It's a cold and dark aircraft, so we're gonna come on like this. Back here, there's two master switches on this aircraft. I'm going to turn this one on and this one on. That is the radio master switches. Then we're going to go to the overhead panel to the flight control panel. And if I can get there, it would be excelente. Let me go ahead and lock it and see if I could do that. Okay. Can't see much right now because it's dark, but we're looking at the flight control panel right here. Make sure everything's capped. It's good to go there. And windshield wipers is the next thing we want to do. This is what we want to do before we actually turn on the ground power or the power to the aircraft. So right here, windshield wiper, we want to make sure it's parked. All right, then we're going to go to the engine start switches. We'll make sure they're off, which is right there. Make sure everything's capped on that. After the engine start switches, alternate flat master switch is going to be down here. I just want to make sure they're off and off. I want to see something. Okay, good. Hang on. Let's see that again. Let's get back in the flight deck here. Okay, I had to check something. I was like, oh, something's not right. All right, after that, no smoking switch and the seatbelts going to come on. If we had passengers, we could take 4. That's about it. We would throw those on, and we're looking at landing gear. We're going to go down and in. The landing gear is down and locked. Good to go. Radar transponder up on the overhead here. Make sure they're off. And they are. Okay, flap handle, make sure it agrees. So you're going to come down here and we're going to take a look. Flap handle is up. It agrees with the gauge, 0. And we're getting ready to throw the battery switch on here. And what we'll do is we'll get the APU running on this just because there's, no ground power or anything like that. Okay, we'll throw the battery switch on now. So the bat switch is coming over here. Go upstairs on the FE panel, and we're going to throw the battery switch to the on position. While we do this, okay, I don't hear it. Why don't I hear it? Okay, I hear something. All right, so we go battery switch is on standby. You can see we got the standby light on, and then let's take a look at the flight deck. You see the flags. You should see flags, the autopilot flashing light, and all that's good. Come back over here on this panel upstairs. So you can see the essential powers on right there. That's letting us know we're draining the battery. And you can see the battery is there. The essential battery is right there. And if we go to the bat system, we're drawing a lot of amps. As long as it's over 23, we're good to go. Electrical power, APU, or external. We're going to go ahead and throw the APU on today. And let's go ahead and do that right now. We're going to go, before we do that, we got to throw the packs to the off position. We got to make sure that that's the case. So one more up here. All right, packs, off, off. APU bus tie breaker. We'll go ahead and do that in a minute. We'll go ahead and turn it on right now. But before we turn the APU on, we got to do a fire test on the APU. That thing would definitely, and that's over here on this panel. What we're going to do is going to click test, the bell, the light. There we go. Reset. Wait. Reset it again. Start. Lights on. Give it a second. Start. And you should hear it light. We'll watch the EGT as the EGT starts coming up. Okay. Make sure we check the LE flaps. There it goes. Fuel dump doors closed. While it's doing that, we're going to make sure everything is closed on the fuel dump panel, and it is. We're going to shut that. Let's throw the dome lights on now. Our fault detectors are just going to throw all 3 lights. Can't do anything yet. We got a good light there. Let's go ahead and close it and get the brake on the breaker. There it is. It's tripped. And what we want to do is come on the overhead here. It looks like we're going to get the APU online. There we are. It's on the bus. Now you can hear that. And we're going to get the APU on. We've got it on here. Let's get some lighting on this panel. Going to be right here, this floral panel. We can throw that on. It just kind of brightens it up. Or you can just do this. And this is circuit breaker side. We really don't need those on, but we'll go ahead and brighten up the panel and brighten up the background and get it all done. Well, we will throw this one on just for now until the light comes up. Okay, so we're on the EPU. We'll check the volts and everything else. I do want to come down over here and shut that thing off. Right there. Oops. Let's shut the dome light off. The GTN power's off. That's weird. What happened? I don't know why I did that. It shouldn't do that. Where did this panel go from? Oh, I know. Right here. We can just throw that off. There we go. Okay, so we got a good light on the aircraft. Let's go ahead and get some of the overhead lighting done. We'll get this panel up. We'll go bright on the center, bright on the forward panel. Overhead panel will go bright. I don't want the control stand red. Get back to your comments. Oreo Prums. Hey, do you think the FSS 72 is study level? Not quite. It's not. I'd say it's a medium. It's not exactly study level. It's close, but it's a hybrid. Does that make sense? It's not, you can't crossbleed the engines or anything like that. I felt that already where I was looking like, okay, let's crossbleed stuff. It doesn't want to crossbleed or anything. Wow, that flickering light, yeah, that's about normal on this aircraft when it warms up with the fluorescent lighting. That's pretty cool. That's a new thing with the new deal. Okay, galley power. We're going to throw those on. Really doesn't matter at this point because we're not carrying passengers, so that's really nothing. Hydraulic accumulators. We'll check all of our hydraulics. So we're going to drop down the panel and we'll check our hydraulics. We'll check the quantity. Boom, boom. Don't worry about any of this. We got hydraulic gallons in this one. That looks good. Just slightly over 4. We'll come down here and we'll check our brakes. Good and good on the brakes. Okay, so we got good brake pressure, good hydraulic quantity, all that's good to go. System B pump is coming on. System B is right here, and it's going to be 1 pump. We're going to check 1 pump on. So we're going to go like that. You'll pressurize it. Whoop, there comes the pressure. Good to go. Ground interconnect. We're going to go ahead and throw that open. And then we're working. We're still working on it. I like the airplane though. Air conditioning panel. Going to set the air conditioning panel right now. A couple things we're going to do with the AC panel. Come up on the upstairs. We are going to do a temperature check. So we're going to go ahead and throw the cabin cooling doors to the open position. Both sides, 1, 2. Now I don't hear anything, so I don't know what's going on. There we go. It seems like, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and open. We got these cooling doors open. All right, let's throw one of the bleeds on. We're gonna go ahead and open, and on. Throwing the packs on, Gasper fans on, cargo heat normal. We get that done. Cooling doors trip. We're just checking at all of our lights right here. Go ahead and throw number 3 open. Everything's open. You can hear the air coming in now, right? Good stuff. We're going to come to aft supply, forward supply, aft cargo. You see how the temp's rising in the aft cargo here? It's more than anything else because it's going to raise 30 degrees ambient if you do not open those back cargo doors. We're going to do that right now. Aft cargo's coming open, forward cargo's coming open. And that's going to be right here and here. So you can see we're getting those 2 on. Good. Now I'm going to come upstairs and we'll throw our navigation on. Good stuff, right? Okay, so pack doors are open, pack switches are on, APU, AC meters, monitor that. Gasper fan, we did that. Zone temp main supply, we got a pressurization panel. We're going to go ahead and set that right now. So let's go here. And I'm going to zoom in and I'll show you kind of what we're going to do with this thing. It's the pressurization panel. Kind of the classics had these, the 737-400s. Now it says 340. We're going to try 340. We might not be able to climb that way. We'll look at some charts and see what we got. 340, 5.2 on the cabin altitude. So we're going to go ahead and set that down to 5.2. And that means in the cabin it's going to be 5,200 pounds. 5,200 feet that you're breathing in, essentially. So, and they do that for a reason. Obviously, we can't breathe at 34,000. So it pressurizes the cabin so we can breathe at 50, what did we say? 340, 5,200. I'm just going to go ahead and dial that in right there. Okay, 5,200 landing altitude in Louisville is 500 feet. So we'll throw this to 500. Now, give you an idea, there's a lot of things you can do that it's not study level. And an idea is this. I'm going to go through, I'll throw you right now. I'm going to go ahead and check this. We got auto fail standby. Now, if I throw this to AC and I click close, all right, that valve should do something, right? The valve is open right now because we're sitting on the ground. Okay, but if I go to flight, let's go to flight and go close. It's not shutting the valve. Let's go DC. See what I mean? This is one of those, it's a bug. I think they'll fix it. But we should be able to test the valve right now on the ground. Okay, back to ground here. That'll dump that right on back to auto. Good. So pressurization's good to go. Let's get back to your comments. VRF Simmer, what's going on, John? Hopefully you're well and you had a good week. Fuel on panel, we checked that. LE flaps, we checked that. Electrical fault panel, we tested it as well for the electrical faults. And I'll show you that right here. I was right in the spot I needed to be. Electrical faults over here. We're just going to, this is this. Push this. This checks all of our enunciator for electrical faults. Good to go. And just so you know, I can just kind of scroll down here and then push it so you can kind of see right on there. APU crank, bleed, unbalanced, all that good stuff. Good. We're still on the FE side of things. We haven't finished. We're going to go to the next side. That's good to go. I've already started the APU. While we're doing this, I'm going to call the fuel truck. I'll get the fuel truck over. Take a look at our fuel. We've got 1, 2, 3, about 3,600-ish. And we're burning fuel, and we're going to actually open the aft boost pump on. That light should go out. It did. Great. So we're looking at there's 3,000, about 3,500 pounds of fuel on the tank. The right tank here. It's 3,000. APU side is this side, tank number 3. So you got tank 1, tank 2, tank 3. Left wing, center tank, right wing. That's how it works. We're going to throw a boost pump on one side, and we've done that. We are going to just check the fuel. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go in and get it. Just want to make sure that we got the right fuel load because they'll charge us extra if we don't, which would be bad. All right, click the pre-flight tab, and we're going to dump it in, and you can see it's going to load it up. Sim brief, it pulls in our sim brief data, which is nice. 45,000 pounds of mail and freight we're going to take over to Louisville, and here the tank that they're going to dump in. It's about 8 minutes. Let's go ahead and call GSX. Let's get them coming in with their truck and request refueling. So once that's requested, right on back to the FE panel, and we're going to keep rocking. Okay, we would check oxygen now, and that's going to be up here. You look at your oxygen system. We're good. And check your light. Auto pack trip is right here. Make sure it's on cutout. We'll check the overheat zone temps coming in. I'm going to actually throw this to cooler. This is our aft cabin zone temp. It's on the back of the airplane. Just want to make sure it gets nice and cool. By the way, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Hope you learned something today. Electrical panel, test it. And we did that with our standby. Really look at that. It's good to go. Bats, TRs, all that good stuff. So we're going to go essential power. And you got essential power right there. Looking good. TR1, TR2, everything is looking good and within parameters. And then we're going to keep it at essential. Okay, that's good. That's good. We don't want to touch that for now. Let's take a look at our AC volts. All right, we're good on the volts. We want to see about it's about 400 cycles per second, about 117 volts. We're sitting right around there. That's good as well. Excellent. Come back here. Look at all 3 low pressures. Everything is wired shut. That's how it should be. Gen breakers tripped. Lights are on. And you can see no lights on here. We could trip the system. Nothing's going to happen, right? Because it's not on or it's on. Bus side trip, nothing. But you can check the lighting like this. That's what we do. Just push those lights in. That's how it works. Good stuff. Okay. Coming down the panel, it says we're going to check our fuel now. So boost pumps coming on. You're going to check all of our pumps. Boom. Boom. Just want to check them all. Turn everything on. All the lights should go out. That means the valves are open. Good. Now we're going to go ahead and shut them off. One of them stays on. And I'm just going to keep the left wing. We'll check the quantity. Push it. You only want to see is movement. You have to go all the way down. You just got to make sure that you see some movement. All right. We're going to go ahead and shut off. Shut off. Shut off. These are our fuel shutoffs. Lights are out. Good. They're closed. Right on back open. Boom. Boom. 1, 2, 3. That is our cross feed. Want to make sure the blue lights are in transit. Everything's closed. We are going to go ahead and click close, closed, open. Good. Okay, good. Hydraulic panel. Let's check the hydraulics as we are sitting here. We're going to come down to hydraulic. Are they on the aircraft yet? Yeah, so Texaco's ready to go. Let's go ahead and get the fuel starting. Okay, so what we're going to do is push this play button. Bam, they're going to start filling us up. And as they do that, you can see the ticker. You guys see the counter going up. They're pumping us some fuel. That's what we like. Hydraulic panel, we're going to go ahead and check those. A panels are going to be on. I'm going to throw the A's on. Nothing is going to work because the engines are not. Those are engines, and they're not running right now, obviously. Good. Fuel shutoff valve. Down here, we'll just put that. The fluid shutoff valve, we're going to open and guarded. They are open and they are guarded. Good to go. We're going to ground it and interconnect. Now we're going to close it. System B pump, we're going to do one at a time. We're going to shut this off. Let it come down. We had good pressure on there. You want to see about 2,800 to about 3,000 PSI. We're going to open it again right now. Bam. Let's see what we got. That light came off. Good pressure there. Okay, good. Keep that one on. We're going to click that. That's good to go. And then we already checked it. We already checked our oil quantity, our hydraulic quantity. Brake interconnect. It's right here. You want to make sure you just open and close it really quick. Lights on. Give it a close. That's good to go. CST oil is right here. It says ground off. Throw it to normal now. That's good to go. Door warning annunciator. It's right here. Just going to push test. It is good. All 3 lights are up. Check these 3 lights. Good. Engine oil gauges are right up here. We're going to do an oil quantity test. Push. Got good movement. Let it go. We're looking at about 3.5. Good on the oil gallons. Obviously, temp's low, and oil pressure is low because the engines are not running. Okay, cargo heat outflow valve. We already done that, so that's good to go. Oxygen equipment. We checked the static source coming up on the upstairs. Oh, we're doing it again. All the flight controls, good. Capped, ready to go. Down here, we are going to go ahead and test the anti-skid. Flip it. Outboard. Inboard. You should see these lights come back to nothing. This comes off. That's good. Coming back up here, we're going to go ahead and test the cargo. This is a cargo fire. Good to go. And we're going to do normal there. That's good. Now, this is a tough one to test, folks. It's the comparator. It's like an old school annunciator FMA kind of thing. So you're going to look at here. I don't know if you can see this. You look in the front of the instrument panel. I'm going to push this button. It should all light up. See on both sides. Let it go. Good to go. Okay. Good. Compass is good. We're going to go ahead and test the flight recorder. Light should come on. That's off. Good there. Coming up. Continuous ignition. I'm just going to open that for now. Alternate flaps we already did. Compass is good. We're going to test the microphone. Good to go. Check that. That's good. Speaker levels are good. On PA light works. Let's get a squawk code. We're going to squawk 3332 in the squawk. So 3332 on the squawk code. Right over here. 3332. 3332. Okay, on the A side, it's off for now. That's fine. And then we're going to come back up on the overhead here. Window heat. On. You can do an overheat test. You can do a power test now. You can see. We're going to throw these on. And then overheat. Got to shut them all off. And just before we depart, we're going to throw those on. We'll turn them on right now, though. Okay. Duct overheat. We'll check that. That's good. Keep it on engine 2. Doesn't matter. Go to ground test. Ground test. Come back down here. 1, 2, 3 wings. And then you can see them. Good deal. Throw it back to off. The cowl lights are good. These are engine and wing anti-ice. That's where they are right here. Back down to close and closed. Good. Okay, we're going to check our probes. Good. And we are done with the overhead. Right on back down to the MIP. We're going to check the engine fire. Should hear a bell. 3 lights are up. Good. Bell cutout. Fire test is off. Good stuff. Woo. Okay. Good to go, folks. Let's pull this. Pull that. Good. Let's do a couple of things here. Let's get the pressure in. I've got 3001. Yep, 3001, 3001 set. We'll push and hold. We'll cage that or uncage it. Nick. Steve says, are proving flights something done in real-life airline ops? Yes. They are, Steve. They'll actually do some proving flights. Usually they can put some like good. Usually they'll put it's going to test my yacht ampers. You should see this little YD light come up. I don't know if you can see it way back there, but we're going to try it. You can see that right there on the ground test. Good. It's a lower and upper limit. We're just going to throw those on. All right, yeah, they do that a lot. We're going to throw this down to GPS. They'll do proving flights with like media and stuff, and then they'll do their inaugural flight. So for us, we're just doing a proving flight just to basically kind of test the route before it's kind of like a soft opening, if you will, before they say, yeah, we'll do it. It's more, probably in this particular case, it's more for UPS to ask us, hey, do you guys reliable? Are you on time? You know, they're probably looking at all that stuff when they Look at us. Right now, I'm having a fit trying to get this thing working. All right, let's open the door. Come over here. This door is open. We're going to go ahead and open this. Going to go Power Master on. Throw the power control on and open. We'll throw the floodlight on. What that's going to do is open the door. Ah, look at that guy. He's on the... I wonder if we can get through this. I want to show you. There we are. Let's get some mail in here. Did that GPS end up getting deferred? Nick says this looks detailed like the Fearless 7.4. Yeah, it's good. It's good, Nick. Welcome aboard, man. Cool, huh? All right, good. We got the door open. Let's get them boarded. How we doing on our gas? Fuel's coming in. 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. We are done. Let's go ahead and get the 43 seconds to go. And now I'm going to call for our boarding process. We'll get the boarding going. We're going to request boarding. Here we come. All right. Do you want to board crew? No, we're on the aircraft already. And we are going to click this button right here, low cargo loading in process. And we're going to click that now. Boom. Let's go. It's going to get all the bags. Well, all the cargo. We'll take a look at that. Right on back to this. Let's go GPWS test. One thing we forgot to do. We got, we're good on here. Let's go ahead and click the lights. Lights test. Everything's lit. All of our lights are lit. All the overheads lit. Good. We can throw that thing off. Good. Okay, that's good. That's good. All three lights are on. You should see that. Cargo, we're going to press this and hold it. And that's going to test our GPS. Good to go. All right, folks, what we'll do now is going to get in here. I'm going to shut the center light off. We're going to throw this to the armed position, and I'm going to throw the fluorescence off just because I need to see the GPS. On this aircraft, on all of our 727s, we're going to get GPS and auto throttles enabled because this airplane's a handful alone. So just doing nothing, it's a handful. So we wanted our crews to have a little bit of... You still can't relax with this airplane. There's no relaxing here. But at least it's better than up and down all the time. You know, we don't want that. So we're going to go to flight plan. Okay, we're going to click menu. We're going to click import and then import from SimBrief and click OK. What that's going to do is dump the data right into here, and that'll be pretty nice. Steve says, just got stuck in a VATSIM event, been waiting 35 minutes for PDC. Oh my gosh. Steve, that's crazy. Max says, sounds like a long night. Yeah, but we're not flying at all. The controller's, oh, I see. The controller's not in a good mood either. I love the flicker of that fluorescent night. Yeah, it was nice detail. They just updated the system. So they're analyzing the data. While they do that, let's go ahead and write down. Let's go outside really quick and see the boarding or the loading of the cargo. They put it on a K-loader here, okay? And the K-loader gets pushed in. They push it in and they slide it back. That's how they load these aircraft. Well, they do that. And nice and early in the morning for us. We had a 6 o'clock show. You can see how, just kind of how this process works. Pretty cool. They'll put these in the bins. Is that a custom FMS or a plug-in that you're going to make uniform? Yeah, this is on all of our 727s. We will get these retrofitted with the GPS system. So all of our GPS will have the 750s inside the aircraft. It's just we can't do RNAV without them. Okay, let's go back in. We can't do an RNAV without those, so we're going to click OK. We'll load them, and we're going to do a few things. What happened? There it goes. All right, so a couple of things we need to do is, one, we got to get a departure out here, a SID, and we've got the Devil one. They're saying we're going to be taking the southern runway of 22 right. So we'll look at Newark 5 departure. It's 22 right. Our first waypoint is called Zims. So basically out west. So what we're going to do is, you know, you can load it here. I don't know if it's going to do anything. So if you click this and you click load procedure and you click departure, click runway, nothing happens because it's just a vector departure. So we don't really need to do anything. Our first waypoint is going to be Zims. So basically we're going to be flying on a 190 degree heading to 220 degrees, and then we're going to make a right turn out to Zims. We're going to climb up to, we're going to try to get up to 30-something thousand. We'll see if we can get up to 340. You can see it beats 340. Then we're going to come down to SDF, and we're looking at an arrival here. Let's see what my SimBrief has to say about it. Lettle 1 arrival. So that's the Spade. There you go. Lettle 1 arrival, and they're landing probably north, I'm assuming, but that could change pretty quickly here. They're arriving south. Okay, I wasn't even close. So they're arriving 17 right or 17 left, which will be fun. Right over the city if you've never seen it. It's really a cool approach. So what we can do is you got airport info right here. You click the arrival. It's, you know, you could select arrival. And you could say runway 17 left. And if I looked at 17 left, that'll work. 17 left would they'd probably put us on that runway. It's an 8,000 foot runway. You can kind of see what's going on. We could load that right now, but it's all good to go and ready. So let's just click cancel. That's all good. We'll click down. Okay, everything looks in sequenced order. So that's a good thing. I like this GPS. I can flip back. I can throw it onto the map. And I can zoom it in. And we will do that right now. Really nice. Cool little toy for us pilots to use, right? Okay, default nav. And we can change a couple things. We got about 647 miles to go. Ground speed, distance. I do like track and I like the winds there. I like to see what's going on, which is cool. All right, how we doing? They're still loading us? Yeah, they still got a couple more K loaders to come in. May we have one without the GPS, and can it be named Cliff? Oh my gosh. I don't know, man. You guys can fly that old piece of tin. I'm gonna stick with some modern equipment in this airplane. Yes, I think we do have. I think Nate has a couple of aircraft that aren't. You know, I think one that is not GPS enabled. So we'll have some variety for you guys. I know for me, I'd rather not. I mean, I don't want to fly VOR to VOR. It's very, very inefficient. I know it's like the pot calling the kettle black. I mean, it's because this is a very inefficient airplane anyway. So what's the point, right? I know what you're saying. Okay, stab trim, everything else. We got autopilot and VORs. Let's go ahead and get all that set up. So we're going to get some traditional navigation set up. Let's take a look at Salzburg. 112.9 on the first nav here. So I'm going to go 112. Oops. 112.9 right there. I'm going to flip it over there till it's blue. Good to go. If you don't see any blue lights in here, folks, that's because you don't have your master on. So it's really important you turn that master on, okay? I'll just turn this down just a little bit. We don't need it all the way bright. I'm good with that right there. All right, that's going to be our first waypoint. And then we got East Texas, which is going to be 110.2. But I want to make sure that if we have a problem, we could kind of turn around and come back to 22. So we'll probably come back, land 22 left. I'm going to lock that in. 108.7. I'm going to throw that on the back end of this one. So I'm going to go 1087. 108.7. And what this is going to do is lock in the ILS just in case we had to come back. Okay, that's what that does. That's our first VOR waypoint. That's our ILS just in case we need a return. All right, that's what we're going to do. And then on the other side, we're going to do East Texas 110.2. And that should give us nav2. Boop. That should give us nav2 mileage. And last but not least, see this down here by my knee? Make sure that VHF1 is green. You're never going to hear air traffic control. So that's good. We are going to climb on the Newark departure. We'll climb via the SID. That's going to be the Devil 1 or Newark 5. We're going to do Newark 5 departure. We're going to climb to an altitude of 2,500 feet. I don't think so. We're going to go a little higher than that. I'm going to push it up to about, let's go about 10,000 to start with. If air traffic control is on, then obviously we can't. So what we could do, John says I'm just joking around. A DC-6 would be nice. Oh, good. You know how serious of a request that is? Oh, man. Well, you know, hey. I think Nate was saying, hey, we're only going to do a couple. We only have a couple of GPS, but I got to tell you, the GPS on this airplane, we could afford it. Because let me tell you, I crunched the numbers. I did the numbers yesterday. I flew up here, and holy mackerel. It is a lucrative account. So it's lucrative. Pretty darn lucrative for us with the acquisition of the aircraft. Just to let you know, probably pay for this one airplane in 3 flights or maybe 4. So it's pretty darn good, folks. You can't beat that with a stick. All right, a couple of things we got to do. Let's push all 3 of them up. We should get the alarms back down and nothing there. I'll just give you an idea. So if I set the trim, okay, if I throw the trim in, oops, see how the trim's coming back? I should throw this down a cutout. It should stop. And it's not. See what I mean? So that's what I mean. Like there's a couple bugs in there they got to work out, but they just already had an update. So that's a really good positive sign as a developer, right? We are almost finished with this thing. We got about 1:30 to go. Once we're done with that, we'll go to the takeoff section. I'll throw the winds in there. And you can see runway is going to be 22 right out of Newark, right there. So 22 right. This is a pretty cool thing. This it's kind of like an EFB per se. We're going to set the EPR and trim right now. 2 on the EPR, 94 on the trim, N1. 5.25 on the trim, 129, 129, 143, and I'm going to set my speed, which is cool because I don't have to, you can see it just set it right there, so I don't have to mess with that anymore. Good. Let's go ahead and do some paperwork right now. Runway is going to be 22 right, 129, 129, 143, and flaps are going to be 15. Cell temp, we don't have like an assumed temperature per se, because I don't have a, we need like a runway analysis chart, and I don't have those. So we're going to fudge it a little bit and just pull the numbers down just a little bit. Trim's out 5.25. One thing I've noticed, the trim is very nose down in this aircraft. So that, you know, you got to keep cranking in some trim to get it going off the runway for you. I'm going to say 1.98 on the EPR. How's that? All right, let's go to the fuel panel. And let's write in our fuel. Looks like fuel is done. So we got to write our numbers down just for home base. All right, so I've got 10,000, 9,900, 9,900 right there maybe. Center tank's pushing 9,000. It's pushing about 10,000. Center tank's about 10,000. Boy, they've shorted us a little bit. This is at 10,000 too. And remember, this tank is burning. We're burning fuel. Okay, it's out of the APU, so that's why it's down just a little bit. This one's 10,000. It should be about 10,030 pounds, or 10,000.1. I wish they would have done that, but they didn't. So whatever, it is what it is, I guess. All right, we're almost done, folks. Shelton says, wow, any passengers, 727's coming out soon. This coast's going to get strictly cargo. Yeah, we can't make money on passengers. There's no way. There's no way. Cargo, we can make a lot of money. Passengers, we don't make any money because of the fuel burn, and we don't know the passengers. And the cargo, we really don't know either, but it's very lucrative. Okay, so the amount of money we make on this contract that we have, it's good money, man. We're 45,000 pounds of mail and freight, and you do the math. $8.20 a pound, 45,000 pounds. We're making a ton of money, more money than charters ever made us. So this thing is. That's why I'm burning the APU, and I'm not freaking out right now, because if this was a passenger, I would just burn it. This airplane costs us about $30,000 an hour to operate. Maintenance, fuel, all of that. About $30,000 an hour. So it is very, 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 very cost intensive. But when you're making 300 grand or 250 grand, you know, I haven't seen those numbers yet. When we fly passengers, folks, I'm like trying to get at least any positive number we can get. The margins are razor thin with passengers, but this would really carry us to purchase more airplanes. Okay, we're good to go, folks. We're ready. Everything is good. Let's go and get the doors closed, and we're going to start going here. We'll run our checklist, of course. Coming over here, let's get this door closed. We're going to flip it to closed. You're going to see the outside coming down. We are ready to rock and roll. We got the mail on board. And by the way, this Amerijet livery, this actual aircraft was in Daytona Beach. We bought it for cheap. And brought it down to Miami. It was overhauled on the engines. So we got an engine overhaul on it. And it's got a, you know, this flight down, this next trip I do this week, it's going to go into the paint shop, and we'll get it stripped and inspected, and we'll get a paint on it, and we'll probably be running it again here in 2 months or so on the line for our 4-hour pilots, right? So let's go and get the doors closed. That door is closed. Those two doors are closed. We are ready to rock and roll. Okay, we're going to go ahead and shut this to the off position. We'll go ahead and get that forward door closed now, and we'll be rocking and rolling. Pull this in, and we're going to go ahead and remove closed. Let's go ahead and pull the chocks off the aircraft, and we'll pull the cones off the airplane. One last time, I want to just check our APU is on. APU is on. I'm going to go ahead and throw this off. I want to make sure. Did I check those lights? Gosh. I did zone check. I don't know if I did my start valves. Another thing that I found out the hard way is that this airplane does not cross-bleed. So I already ported that bug. I said it's not cross-bleeding. I should be able to cross-bleed number 3 to number 2. It's not working. So they're hopefully going to fix that coming out with the next release. All right, let's shut the cockpit door, and we're going to be on our way. Shoot, I got to get over the FE panel here. We'll go ahead and close that. And let's run the checklist and be done. Okay, on the overhead, I want to shut those dang overhead lights. They are wicked. This is not that. It's just I'm just turning everything down to medium. Okay, are we ready? I'm going to go RTO. set there. Dome white is off. That should be, there we go. Shut that stupid thing off. I don't want that on. Let's turn on the fluoro lights. I'm going to go ahead and run the checklist and we'll be ready to go. Seatbelt transponder will turn on. Beacon will turn on. We'll get this thing ready to rock and roll. On TARA, we're going to come down, throw the beacon on. And you can take a look at the beacon outside. It's pretty cool. It's old school. All right, what I'm going to do is call GSX. I'm going to tell I want to push. I'll get on the radio. This should pull back on the gate. There it goes. See ya. Whoa, this dude's on the roof. Don't do it, dude. Don't do it. You guys, it's going to be great. Can you guys see this? What's this guy going to do? He going to walk off the roof? Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, brake pressure is good. Fuel quantities checked. We're ready to go. We'll turn the packs off here when we get the push, and then we'll start. Mark, this is a 200 series aircraft, sir. Shelton says, have you had any compressor stalls? Not yet. Not yet. We got to be really careful because if you jam these engines, they can stall on you pretty quick. So you got to be careful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and throw the fluoro lights on. I like them like that. Here comes the tug. Tug's coming in. They're going to hook us up. Let's run checklist. Here we go. Okay, fuel boost pumps. We got one on, and we're looking at 10. That's 20, about 30,000 pounds, sir. Hydraulic system B pump, one on. Window heat is on. Doors closed. Pressurization is set and auto. Okay. Auto brakes on RTO. Stab trim is set. And what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and say I want a straight back. You know what? Let's just do a straight back push. Because this is just going to take us about right here, and we'll stop it there. As long as we can turn out, I'm good to go. All right, folks, let's get on it. Brakes coming off. Brakes off on the push. Here we go. I got to call the frequency here, CTAF frequency. Let everybody know what we're doing. I had it. Where are you? Ground one. Nope, I don't want that. I want tower. 118.3. So we're going to come over here. We're going to go 118.3. .118.3 is set. All right, that's good enough for me. Let's tell them to hold. We're going to say stop here and complete the pushback. That's perfect. Right there. Can we make the turn? Sure we could. Look at all these airplanes. Look at FSLT. Look at all these airplanes. Jeez. All right, I don't know if we continue. Let me see if I can get us to push back more. No. All right. Let's go ahead and set the parking brake. Okay, I'm good with that. Let's go ahead and pull in. Packs are coming off. We'll start the engines. Okay, packs are off. 1, 2. Bleeds are open. We're going to start number 3 first.
US Air, US Air 1822, taxi 22 right, via Sierra, Yankee Romeo, will cross 29.
All right, so what we want to do is at 20% of N2, we're going to throw the fuel in. We're going to throw that fuel in right now. Number 3 is coming to start. In. There's a light. Looking at 40. Once we get 40 N2, we're looking at pressure N1's on the increase. Good on the EGT. 40 on the N2. Throw it off. That's coming off. Good start. Okay, then what we're going to do, once that's online like that, we're going to come over here. We're going to take a look. You can see how the gen's on. We're going to throw it to close. 1, 2, 3 on the gen. We're good. Let's go ahead and fire up number 2. All right, we should be able to cross bleed this thing, but
Traffic United 188 heavy. Detection by Romeo Kilo, Whiskey Romeo, crossing 11 for runway 22 right.
normally it's 1 and 3 and then bleed, but we can't do that. So we're gonna have to go 3, 2, 1, and then we'll throw the APU off. We're gonna start all 3 engines on this push because, ooh, I think we might be able to make that turn. 20%. Here comes number 2. Number 2 in. Fuel's on. Take a look at our gauges. Bam, there's the light. EGT on the rise. N1's rising. Oil pressure's off. 40%. Here comes the starter. Starter cutout. EGT on the rollback. Okay, let's start number 1. Okay, we're going to come here, get that on the generator. Number 1's coming closed. Good. All right, let's go ahead and start it. I mean number 2. That was number 2. I said number 1. I meant number 2. Okay, start 1. All right, looking at 20%. Fire 1. 1's coming to start.
Sorry, United. We didn't mean to cut you off.
No, went perfectly fine. I'll give you away. Fine.
Got the light. 40%. N1's coming up as well. That's good. Let's go ahead and shut it off. See, the sound's not right. A little off on the sound.
188 heavy following behind to cross runway 29er.
Okay, let's go ahead and throw the gens on.
And US Air 292, we're actually going to go left, so if you want to jump ahead of us, that's fine.
Rise up.
Okay, roger that.
3, 3.
Zulu for runway 22 right. Thank you very much.
Good. Good, 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 good. Straight across. We're in phase. That's good. Cut out. Normal, normal, normal. On, on. Good. We can close those. Duct overheat's good. Coming down. APU's coming off. Both B pumps are on. All of our pumps coming on.
22 right via Zulu. We'll hold short 22 right at Zulu Alpha.
United 188 heavy lining up on way 22 right. Liberty traffic.
Before tax checklist generators, they're on. Propeats. Got to throw those on here. Hang on just a minute. Let's do this. That's good. And anti-skid's off. That's good. Okay, Propeat. Anti says required flight controls. Let's go and check them out. Let's go flaps. 15. One more notch of flaps. Let's check it out. Okay, watch your knees. I can't get out that way.
Traffic United 188 heavy taking off from
Flap 15 set. Flap set, green light. TARA is on, anti-skid is off before taxi checklist is complete. All right, let's do this thing. Brakes off. Let's go.
US Air 1892, line it up, 22 right.
A tight turn, we got to make it. Trying to make this turn. It is tight. Let's get all three of them up so we can get some
United
momentum.
188, we're on our way to the right, Liberty track.
Taxi's on. All right, let's go. Liberty traffic, riptime 5902, taxi runway 2 to right via Zulu.
US Air 1892, departure 22 right.
All right. Right on time, folks. 7:05 or something like that. Let's see if this thing is calibrated. Okay, we're going to check our brakes. We're just going to tap on them. And when we do that, we're going to check the pressures. Good. Okay, what I'm going to have the FE do, the flight engineer, I'm going to have the flight engineer do the before takeoff checks. We're going to do them. But, you know, these flows I gave you, or I'm giving you folks, you know, our members, that'll get you running without the FE. If you wanted to do the FE, you can. Boy, look at this conga line of airplanes. Wow. Yeah, I'd love to see that. A compressor stall, I've seen one too. They're pretty nasty. You got a video of it? Of course. Yeah, I want to see that, Shelton. I saw one compressor stall in a 737-200, and the wind was coming so hard. They started the engines at like 15 knots in a tailwind, and that flame blew like 15 feet across. It was incredible. It was incredible, right? Okay, looks like we're in a conga line here. We might have to wait for a couple people. I got a FedEx 777 right here. Looks like a couple Uniteds. Might be Iceland Air as well. We'll stop. Kind of wait till these guys figure out what they're doing. Maybe we can get in sequence behind this RJ. Tap the brakes. Boy, that's a big boy right there. That United is a big boy. Boy, they're right close to each other here, folks. So We might have to wait our turn. Okay, I'll stop it right here. Well, we're gonna have to wait till this conga line gets out of here. Shoot. Nick says it is smooth takeoff. Great weather, at least in my sim. Yeah, it's the weather beautiful. Well, we got to get a picture of this. Then we can get a picture of all these jets in the background or something like that. There we go. Oh, I got another United behind them. Another 777. I'm going to cut that. I don't know. There goes the Iceland Air 75s coming up. I'm going to push the throttles up and make him get in front of this 777. Maybe not. He's going awfully quick. Yeah. Where's ATC when you need him? Alright, he's no factor. Welcome to Newark, New Jersey. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lighting. Runway turnoffs are coming on. Inboards are on. I'm just going to wait for the other ones. Oh, look at this. 777 cut them off. That's awesome. Okay, phone's out. And we're going to click before takeoff. Now, this thing is a flight engineer app. And I'm just going to click before takeoff. I want him to do the before takeoff checklist. Or her. And then I'm going to do this. Before takeoff config check. Packs and bleeds are set. Altimeters are set. Anti-skids. I'm going to go ahead and throw those on. They just did it for me. And engine ignition. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on right now. Okay, engine ignition is on. Okay, before takeoff check is complete. They're rolling, and so are we. Liberty traffic, Riptide 5902 taxi, taking 22 right, Liberty. Guys, I've never seen this. I've never seen Liberty here. Is that an aircraft on final? I gotta roll. I've never seen Liberty here so in the morning, so busy. Okay, 1.4 in the EPR, and we're gonna roll. Okay, line her up. There we go, and Toga. Here we are. I got him. Push him up. All right, well, let's see how that does. There's two, a little bit back there, a little bit back. There we go, right there. Hold that. Lots of crosswind here. 80 knots, cross check. V1, we're go. Rotate. Lots of right rudder, folks. Lots of right rudder. Then let it go. Gosh. Pause, ready to climb, gear up. Something's going on with the sound. I've been noticing that. Okay, 15 degrees on the nose. You can get it up to 2,000 if you'd like. I mean, 20. There we are right there. That's nice. Let's see how it's climbing. It's losing a little bit of steam. There we go. All right, the Newark 5. So what we're going to do is head this way, and I'm going to go 220 on the heading. About right there. There we go. Okay, there's 160. We go flaps 5. Got to get to 190 here. We're going to flat 15 on the pitch. Climb thrust is looking good. All right, let's go ahead and direct. We're going to go ahead and turn direct right now to our waypoint. There's 160, 170, flap 5, flap 2. When we hit 190, we'll go flaps up. There's 200 knots, flaps up. We'll do a climb checklist. Nice intercept right there. Okay, looking good. All right, I'm going to do an after take off check. Okay, what we're going to do is set this on now. I'll show you kind of how we're going to do this. See our airplane, the intercept angles is pretty darn aggressive, so we're going to have to, it's not aggressive enough, so what we're going to do is turn the aircraft more west, or northwest, I should say. Give it about 330 is probably a good intercept angle to this thing. Yep, that'll be good right there, no more than that. Great, we'll level off right there. 6,000, we're going to keep on the climb, okay? 250 on the speed. We'll watch our 34 set. Now, a couple things we're going to do. I'm going to throw this over here to on, engage. We'll engage, and we will click outsell. It's going to climb us now. Now I've got the vertical speed, and we're going to go ahead and click 1, 2, and we are going to throw the auto throttles to engage. The throttle is going to come aft and they're going to go forward. That's okay. We'll turn this on. We'll go after takeoff checks. That's the FE. I can get the FE to do his job. That'd be excellent. I got to throw these lights on still. Taxi lights coming off. Strobes, beacons, and our wing lights, they should be on. There's the intercept I was talking about. Here we go. And let's do a climb checklist here in just a minute. Now, if you don't, I don't like how much aggressive the climb is, so I'm going to go vertical speed here and dial the wheel down to maintain vertical speed, what vertical speed I want. It's about 2,000 feet a minute. All right, there's 10,000, so I want to accelerate. And I'm going to push those throttles up. I want to accelerate. So I'm going to pitch the nose down myself by hitting that vertical speed. I find this mode is better than IAS mode or anything like that because I have a little more control over it. There we go. All right, let's do a climb check. We're pretty much right on the buttons here. Okay, open, 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 close, close, open. Gen 3, rise, rise, essential, normal, on, off, on. Okay, one pump is on, one pump is off. That's good. And this is on normal. That should be on cutout. Okay, let's do a check. Climb check. Here we go. Packs and bleeds as required. Pressurization's looking good. CDS oil cooler is on normal. Okay, gens should be in rise now. We had them in, they are in rise straight across. That's good. Okay, hydraulic B system off for odd altitudes. So you would alternate these. So once for odd altitudes, once for even. So if we were going, like right now we're going south, we would throw number 1 off, number 2 on for the next flight. You can just kind of alternate them so you don't burn the pumps out. Engine ignition, we're going to throw those to the off position. Thank you. APU should be off. It is. And flaps up, no lights. And when we hit 30,000 feet, we'll switch the bleed to number 2. Okay, that's kind of how we're going to do it. That actually helps mitigate compressor stalls. You can believe that. All right, there we go, folks. That's it. Now we just chill. I'll get to your comments now. Hopefully that was a fun takeoff for you. And we're going to kind of look at some things that we can do in terms of like maybe navigationally. We have got ZIMs, so let's just make sure we're going the right way. What I'm going to do is click back, and we are headed to ZIMs. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out. That's 4 miles right there. So it's really cluttered, so you can change all this setup. I kind of like to know, the map, but I do like to know our legs. So I like this on the legs. So if I go to flight plan, and you can see we've got ZIMs, and then after ZIMs, it's airway Q42 to spots, which I show on my charts. There's 14,000 feet. Okay, Shelton says, I sent to the coastal DM on Instagram. Thanks, Shelton. Appreciate it, buddy. Your compressor stall video, I got to see that. Yeah, there's a lot of flight spoilers on this airplane. Just cooking. Pretty, huh? Something about a 727. It's just iconic. Party in the front, business in the back kind of thing. Guess how many there are on the A320? I don't know. On the A320. There are 5 each wing. Airbus aircraft traditionally have big flight spoilers. This was probably from the Airbus A300. It doesn't have ailerons. Yeah. Christopher, how are you? He says, I'm just checking in. It's a good climb out. Yeah, we're doing about 1,200 feet a minute, and we're cruising. It's that kind of like a cruise climb kind of thing. We want to go higher we can. I know there's some weather up there. I think we're going to kind of route around the weather. That's kind of the point. And I want to see if I can tune a VOR here. We've got East Texas tuned in. So East Texas is nav number 2, and it's 35 nautical miles away. That's East Texas, and you can see it's pointing at the station, and East Texas is just to our left. That's 5. Ground spoilers, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's a lot. Plus the flapper on right there. This airplane was built and designed to really, for high, short airfields, unimproved runways. This aircraft was built for that. So it does a phenomenal job.
Crossing 17,500.
Thank you. All right, so when we hit 18,000, we'll go 2992 on both. They'll shut all the top lights off. Just kind of settle in for the cruise, and I'll give you guys an update on, what to expect and how far and all that good stuff. But you could see, even with a single crew, we got out pretty good time. I mean, generally speaking, not bad. As long as you have your flows, which I have created for you folks, which is good. 2992 on both sides. Yeah, this is a really, really lucrative contract for us. It's really good. We're going to throw those off, turn-offs off, on, off. All right, 18,000. We are good to go. Just make sure the FE has done their job. They have. That's it. Now we just monitor the fuel burn, which is 4,000 pounds per hour right now. No, that's per engine. So it's a lot. I did the math. The math is It's about double what a 737 burns. So you're doubling the burn rate on this aircraft. All right, we're hitting spots. Spots is our next waypoint. It's coming up. The one thing I want to do is get my brightness up here a little bit. Let's try this. Take off airports. I want VORs. Airspaces I don't care about. Intersections, NDBs I don't care about. Constraints I want. Topo and terrain I do want. Those are the difference. Like if we hit topo, and then I can bring it up. And you can see it's just kind of decluttered the screen a little bit for us. Right? So there's spots, 23.5. We're not even close. There's 19,000. All right. We did our climb flow already, so I'm done with that. Okay, where's our final destination, Christopher? We have got, if you look on the board up on top, it'll tell you we are going to SDF, which is Kentucky. We're Louisville. This is the actual one of UPS's hubs where we're going to just dump off all this freight, give it to UPS. They'll throw it through the sort, and they'll sort the all of the mail, and then we're getting reloaded and headed on down to Jacksonville, Florida. We'll dump that off in Jacksonville. We'll get down to Miami with a lighter load. So that's kind of how it's looking right now. I think that's how this is going to go. And our folks that are not based in Florida will still have an opportunity to fly the airplane. It'll just be looking at our airspeed here, folks. There's 18,000, looking good. Okay, it'll just be a an open time, right? They'll have to fly their normal bid through the month, and if they want to jump on a cargo flight, they'll have to bid it. They'll have to be rated for the 7.2, and by golly, I'd love to have them do it because it's pretty good money for us. I mean, I think if I flew this route like maybe 2 more times in a month, up and back, I think we'd pay for all of the 727s and just that run. I mean, it's probably going to be, I think we were quoted $2.1 million for 3 aircraft. I put another one on top, so maybe it's $3 million total with the paint job, retrofitting, everything. It's pretty good. 34,000 here. We can just increase the vertical speed a little bit. There we go. I just kind of want to hold that. Not too much, maybe 1,500 feet a minute. Get going. All right, we got clouds coming up. Take a look at your total air temperature. Show you what you got here. Total air temp, 10 degrees and lower. It is. Let's go in and upstairs. I'll show you how to do this. We're going to go ahead and get the wing, this on. So we're going to open, open, open. And then you got to go to Cal. Boom. And then the cals are open. Now all 3 green lights are on. That means the engine anti-ice is on. Okay, we're going to get through these clouds. So we're doing my take next. And then we got Hottie. 26.6 is level. We're not even close to hitting that. We're still on the climb. My question is, are we doing the handoff in Jacksonville? What do you mean? Are we doing crew change in Jacksonville? The crew won't change until they get to Miami, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, the crew is going to stay the same all the way down. And then when we get to Miami, that's when we swap crews. And matter of fact, they don't fly. This airplane stops in Miami. So like at 3 p.m., we're done. The airplane goes in for maintenance. Then this is a 2-day trip. This crew's done, and then tomorrow it starts up again. We got one going north, and then that's it. So it's kind of how it works. And we've got that's just one route, But that's kind of the route we're thinking. I did a lot of research of what would be the most realistic. Plus, you know, if you think about UPS stands to get $1.2 billion for the U.S. Postal Service this year in September. So 1.2 billion, that's a lot. And, you know, as a contractor, we're like a subcontractor for them, right? That's kind of how we're acting. We'll take about 45 to 48,000 pounds of cargo, you know, mail, packages, and then we'll fly them to. The reason why we're going to Jacksonville is because Jacksonville is the U.S. Postal Service's hub, and so is Newark. So both of those airports have hubs for the U.S. Postal Service. And then, of course, we're flying to Louisville because UPS is getting paid to sort all the mail and send it out. So from Louisville, this mail, this cargo that we got in the aircraft is going to jump on other aircraft, and it's going to get zipped out, you know, probably to the west or something like that. So that's kind of how this is working. And some will get loaded to get zipped back down to their main hub in Jacksonville, where they'll put it on trucks and drive it around Florida or whatever. That's kind of how this is working. Logistics. Shelton said, Da Juan, how are you? Said, sorry I'm late, brother. No, you're good. Da Juan. Good stuff. What's good? What's good? A lot of things are good, my friend. We're just kind of getting up through this level layer. When we get to beats, which is in 2, I'm going to try to pull a VOR in here. Let's see if we can't figure out. Harrisburg, 115.35. Let's go ahead and jump on that, 115.35. So let's go to nav 1 here. I'm going to go 115.35. 115.35. All right, it's flipped over there, nav 1. And we have not tuned in anything. 115.35, haven't got anything yet. Nav 2 is 26 miles away. It's behind us. There it is. Nav 1 just did something. Boom, came alive. 270. Okay, now you can see the airspeed's starting to decrease on us. So we're going to take the vertical speed here, and we're just going to dial it down. 1, 2 clicks, maybe 3 clicks, and that'll drop the nose. Now you could do Mach speed hold. The problem with that is the airplane does not want to hold it. It does some weird crap. So you could go Mach hold or you can go IAS hold. I found that both of them are just not very stable. So I'm doing the most stable I can. So you can look, we want to get up to about Mach 0.8. So if I go to Mach hold, watch what happens to the airplane. Let's do it. 1, 2 clicks. How's it going to work? Now it's going to hold our present Mach, and it's going to vary the climb to hold the Mach. Okay? So you can see what I'm going to want to do. See how the VSI is coming up? Now it's at 1500. Now it's approach. I'm looking at airspeed and VSI. Okay, there's 30,000. You want to hold 0.8, right? Now the VSI is going to come back down as the airplane. It's kind of like level change. I want you to think of that. Now that's point. There's 31,000. It's still pretty good on Mach hold. We'll see how it works. All right, we're at Hottie right now, Hottie intersection. We got 50 nautical miles, as you could tell from your DG here. We got about 49 nautical miles the next waypoint, and that's going to be beats. Then we have weather. We got to contend with weather. Kind of no way around it, 45,000 footers. So I don't see any. I'm looking at radar right now. It's just blue. So basically green for us. It's lighter. So that's good, right? You hear that clack, clickety clack? Those are the avionics fans. Very true to life. They're really loud in the aircraft. 115.35, not doing it. So that might be a low. 115.35. Oh, it is. It is. We got it. We should be passing that VOR right now. So we go 115.35. We're about 18, 20 nautical miles from it. And now it's to the right because we're turning down a western, a southwestern area. Once we hit beats, you can see once we hit beats, we're going to turn out. And there's another thing I want to do. I want to take away the, let's take away the intersections. And that should really clear it up. There we are. Okay, so you see, it's really cool. We got Hottie there. We're doing 39 nautical miles to go until we hit beats. And then once we hit beats, I'll go ahead and just zoom out. And then I'm going to go down here. I think this is the PMS one. Once we hit beats, you see we're going to rock this. Thank you. So we got 1,000 to go. We're in RVSM. Now, technically, we couldn't fly RVSM because we don't have TCAS on the aircraft. So that's one of those things that we should have is TCAS. All right, now what I'm going to do, we want to hold 0.80 here, folks. Right there. That's what I want to hold. Right there. All right, there's 1,000. It's leveling us off. It's descending. Okay, see how it's descending? That's not what I want it to do. See what I mean? So that's not cool. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, what are you doing, airplane? Right? It wants to hold the Mach, but it keeps descending us. So forget that. We're going to go vertical speed, and I got the V speed, right? Now I'm going to go click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got to get it back up to 340. This is what I mean. It's definitely unstable. It should not be descending on us. So what I'm going to do is crank it back up. And that's another request, by the way, is that they're going to get a TCAS alert system in the aircraft, which I'd like to see TCAS 2 installed in it. What's easier to fly, this or the MD-80? MD-80 is easier to fly, in my opinion. The MD-80 is two-man, it's a two-person crew. This is a three-person crew, so, I think it's awesome how USPS used to fly 7.2s. Shelton, Gary, what's going on, buddy? Are we doing Dallas to Louisville to Jacksonville? Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're doing Newark, New Jersey to Louisville, Jacksonville to Miami. That's what we're doing. So, Shelton, about that, the 727s that were painted in USPS, by the way, Coastal Airways is getting that exact paint job. And on the side of it, it's going to say operated by Coastal Airways. It's pretty cool. I love that paint job on that 7.2. Those aircraft were FedEx airplanes. So FedEx painted them in USPS livery to show their partnership with them. There's 34,000. Here's the level. You should see the thrust levers coming back as we hit our mark. All right, I'm going to want to see that. Thrust levers are starting to come back. Okay, that's good. The pressure ratio is coming down, and we want to hold about 0.80. It's a little on the high side, so there we go. 0.81, 0.82. This airplane cruises quick. We're going to go ahead and shut the cal off. Close, 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 off. We don't need those on anymore. Okay, folks, we're level 34,000 feet, and we're good. Once we hit beats, we are 12 nautical miles from beats. And we are going to be hitting Cleveland Center, and they are not online. Yeah, this is the 7.2. I do want to read about one of those weird quirks on this aircraft. It's got a lot of them. But you know, the requests are out there to get a better. Look at it clouding up. They've got some weather below us here. They said I looked at the weather reports. It said it extend to 45,000 feet. So another thing I like to do is zero out the flight director and throw this altitude hold on. And that's what that does, is just throws your flight director so it's, you know, solid. We got about half a mile, we got about 5 miles to go before we hit Beats, and then we're going to be throwing the aircraft on a more west heading to La Joy. And you can see we're 23, 25 nautical miles. Behind us is the VOR. So that VOR is behind us, and we've got another VOR coming up. Indian Head VOR. I don't know if we're going to get it. 108.2. Let's try it on nav 2. 108.2 on nav 2, or excuse me, 108.2 on nav 1. Let's try that. 108.1 on nav 1. Let's see if we can't get the Indian Head. Oh, sorry, 108.2. Probably not a high altitude, but we're going to try. Negative. Ghost Rider pattern full. It is not. Perfect. There we go, folks. We just hit Beats. We're heading toward the weather. The weather's below us right now. Kind of see how these clouds kind of extend up a little bit. Probably on the dissipating stage. I mean, I show just nothing but green on the weather radar. It was red earlier when I looked, but it's pretty benign now. We're doing pretty good. Yeah, I can't wait to get some paints going for the aircraft. Pretty cool. Fun airplane, you guys. It is fun. I think the MD-80 is easier, though. To answer that question, I think I did. Shelton. Would Coastal ever think about making 727 charters? No. No way. We would charter cargo. We're open for freight. So, sure. We'd be open for freight, yes, if the price was right. The price would have to be right. So let's take a look. We have got... We're looking at a track of ground speed 424 knots with a distance of 472 nautical miles. And I'm just going to come up here on the overhead, and I'm going to turn off the fluorescent lights. There we are. Nice. Beautiful. I love it. It's a fun. I love flying the MD-80. I got to get in that aircraft here eventually. Hockey season is starting, so I put it out on the for you folks on the channel. If you go on a YouTube channel and you look at the posts, the community tab, I do a lot of polls there for our members. And one of the polls I asked, do you want me to do hold on. Do you guys want me to do hockey this year? And I said hockey, line flights, or a mix of both. And now charter, and now this, cargo. I think you folks said a mix of both. So we won't, which is good. We won't have to do, all of the hockey charters. We'll do some of them. And I'll put, I think the best thing to do is put a little deal up there on the poll so you can see. I'm going to try to break it down in a month of our schedule, especially on Friday nights. The cool thing about the charters is you guys get a ton of content because I film all of them. All right, we're at 66 miles to our next waypoint. It's called La Joy. And I still can't get in a VOR here. So Indian Head is not going to work. Let's get Allegheny may or may not. Nope. What about Morgantown? That's going to be 116.6. I doubt that's going to be anything either, but it's always a good idea to know where you are. So 116.6, and I like ground-based navigation to tell us. Let's see what we got here. Nothing. Dang. 116.6. I got nothing. So we're still too far away from there. Johnston VOR, I do know. 113 point nothing. Let's see if that works. 113.0. That should work, folks. 1130. Flip. Let's see. 1130 inbound. See it right there? We just picked up the radial. We picked up the signal from that, and that's going to be Jamestown, just to the north of us. It's a pretty, I know that VOR well. We fly over it when we're flying out of Buffalo. We go from Buffalo, Jamestown VOR, straight down to Charlie West. One of those little tidbits that we fly to. Morgantown, 111.6, and let's see, Jamestown is a D. Let's try it. Let's try Morgantown. Clarksburg, 1126. Let's try that. 112.6. Oops. 112.6. Does it pull? Not yet. Dang it. It's okay. Don't have to worry about seatbelt signs or anything like that up at this altitude. Christopher says, what hockey team do you think about flying this year? To be honest, I would fly the Rangers again, and I'm gonna bid a couple of charter flights for the Rangers. A couple of away. If I fly one, like if I bid an away trip for the Rangers, it'll be a full week of just charter runs, right? Because Rangers never go, usually they never go just like ones or twos. You know, usually if they're going out west, they're going for 3 or 4 games. So I'd probably fly out west somewhere and then come back that week or whatever the schedule was. Last year was grueling. I remember last year we were on the road right away. Didn't have a lot of time. You guys remember that? We were just, the first like week, I think we played 2 games at home and then we were gone on the road. So I'll try to bid that. We'll see. I got to look at their schedule and see which ones I want to pick up. And I'm going to be flying the MD-80, so we'll do that a couple times. And then the flights that I don't fall on a Friday, I'll just keep on. I'll film them and dump them in the the YouTube members only place, so you guys can see how we went, how that trip went. But yeah, I think we're going to do a mix. We're going to do some line flying, some 720, some freight. We got LaJoy coming up. We're doing about 39 nautical miles to LaJoy. Let me try to pick up Morgantown now. Clarksburg didn't pick up. 111.6. Let's try that. I think I did. I don't think it picked it up. Was that nav 1 I just dumped? Yep. 1130, that's Jamestown. We want that on. We're almost to beam Jamestown, right? You can see the needle of the VOR turning. That means we're almost 90 degrees from Jamestown. Now, it won't pick up any, your DME display, it won't touch it because your DME right here is just nav 2. So your nav 1 would be here, your DG, but that that is right now slave to the GPS. So it's hooked to the GPS. That is telling us we have 33 nautical miles to LaJoy, and then we're going to start a southward track to the next waypoint, which is going to be Charleston VOR, and that is HVQ. That VOR is one that I'm very familiar with, being a coastal pilot. We fly there often. 117.4. Matter of fact, I'm there right now in in the 7.3. I got to finish our 7.3 trip this month. Do you guys want me to film those? You tell me. Do you guys want to see those? You got to tell me. I just put a video out. Did you guys see the video in? We just flew from Providence to Islip. Have you folks seen that video yet? Steve says I miss Cliff. Yeah, we'll get Cliff on a couple flights. Just for the entertainment of it, I think. Cliff, good old Cliffy. We'll see what he has to do for us. But if you folks want me to film my line flights that I do in the 737, please let me know in the chat or in the comments below when you watch this another day or whatever. If you want to see that content, let me know. If you're not like, man, you know, and what format do you want to see it in? Do you want to see it in the cinematic format I did with Providence to Islip? And by the way, that was a proving flight. That's something that we're going to roll out here probably in the next 2 months. A new trip with one of our stored 737s. They're going to pull them out of the hangar, or storage, I should say, and then we're going to get that thing on that route. And then we're going to get another west route. So I'm going to be pretty busy with a lot of proving flights coming in the next few months to get our 3 aircraft that are in storage out and flying the lane. So we got a new hire coming on board here tomorrow. I think I do his check ride tomorrow morning. So I'm excited to get him on board. It'll be great. So it's up to you folks what you think and what you want to see. What would you watch? I don't know. Do you like the commentary style where the whole flight is just basically in the cockpit and I'm talking through the procedures and everything? Or is it more of that entertainment thing, which I did with Providence to Islip, and there was like minimal commentary, a lot more views outside and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I do want to know that because a mix of both could be good too, but definitely want to solicit everybody's, thoughts on that. All right, folks, 10 miles to go before we hit LaJoy. And then when we're at LaJoy, there we are. We're going to go ahead and start that southward trek. You can see it right there. Pretty cool. And by the way, the EFB, or I should say the clipboard, we do have paper charts here that you can see. Whoop, I can flip that in there, type in an ICAO code, which is going to be SDF. And we can see what's weird that was. Steve, thank you, buddy. Appreciate the support, my friend. Awesome stuff. Look at your when you go to the channel, look on the post tab, or it used to be the community. It's in the post. You could see we do a ton of polls. You'll see the videos earlier before anybody else does, usually a week in advance, depending on when I cut it. But I definitely, you'll look for, if you go to Discord on the FSBN Discord channel, you should be a member there now in the members only section. Let me know if you can't get into that, because I'm going to be posting our flows, 727 flows in that section. It's going to be a PDF. It's all in color. It's really nice. It'll be a PDF, and it gets you started from start to finish. And the checklist. I'll provide the checklist as well. All coastal stuff. But I thought it was pretty cool. And it took me forever to do. I mean, gosh. And all derived from American Airlines flows. Just kind of worked in. Some cool stuff here. Just looking at it. Oh, we got to turn that pack off. Dang it. So, let's see. Remember I said we got to turn one bleed off. So let's open this bleed, and we're going to close this bleed. Ready? Open the bleed. Engine 2 coming open. Closed. And now what we're doing there is we're coming through and want to see something really quick. I'm looking at our pack temps. Both coming open. And what this does, folks, I've read it in the operations manuals for American Airlines, and they say what that does when you hit 30,000 feet and you close number 3 and open number 2, it decreases the amount of compressor stall that you can get, which is really weird. It's very interesting to think about. All right, we're on that southward track now. We're heading southwest. We were heading west. Now we're heading southwest away from the weather. Delta 1441, what's going on, buddy? He says, hey, Jason, I think the videos would be good if you showed the whole flight, not just the short videos. Okay. I really enjoy the live flights. So, thank you. I appreciate it. And that's cool. I'll do that, right? Because, I mean, I'm doing it anyway, right? So, I just don't know. I'll put a poll out there. I did before. I'll put a poll out for a membership. And I really want to know, do you like short form film? When I'm talking about short form, I'm talking about that 18 to 30 minute, everything's condensed, cut, right? I mean, prime example is the one I just did, Providence to Iceland. That thing was crazy. I mean, it took 2 weeks to make all those cuts, cut all the audio. It just took a lot of time. I had to, fly it, film it, get B-roll. It was a lot. I mean, it's entertaining. I don't know, and that's the thing. Some of you probably would love to see the whole flight. I mean, you probably don't want to see cruise. I mean, I usually cut it off when I do commentary, right? I usually cut off the commentary about 18,000. I'm like, all right, unless something happens, and I'll just start recording again. But usually, maybe I could do a couple of them, like maybe climb up to 18,000, cut the cruise, and then pick you up before top of descent, and then maybe when we do top of descent planning or something like that. Because that's where you're going to learn a lot, is the commentary, right? Thought process, you could see kind of what I screwed up, and all that jazz. You can see that. Now we just picked up, we're about 121 nautical miles. Everybody see that right down there? This DME, distance measuring equipment, has just picked up the HVQ VOR. If we had a problem, I would not want to land there because it's a 6,000 foot runway right in the middle of the Blue Hills. So no thanks. Clarksburg, I can't pick up either. We're going to add a Cleveland airspace. And we need to get on to 122.8 in Indy. 122.8 coming in right now. That's my bad, folks. I got to talking and not to communicating. Now, on days like this, I could fly with Beyond ATC. That was fun, but I mean, it gives us some kind of chatter. So we've got a couple of options. Especially when I do line flights. When I do line flights, folks, in the 737, what do you want to see? Do you want to see long form takeoff to landing kind of filming where it's commentary in the flight deck and I show you what's going on with weather, sim brief, all that stuff? Or do you want it condensed in like a 20-minute takeoff landing kind of video? I really want to know that now in the chat. So if you're on the chat, let me know what you want to see. And that comes with line flights. And what I mean by that is going to be I release a video once a week, and then I do an additional live stream every Friday. So one of those live streams might be an MD-80 flight. If we pick up a charter run, it might be a 727 flight, another cargo run, whatever it is. There's a lot of options. Wow, look at that thing just blast off the other way. Cool. Anyway, I do want to know your thoughts, honestly. because I never know. Pop says long version. Okay. Steve, yeah, I've been doing the VAT sim, and when there's no controllers, I flip on beyond ATC. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so we have I have two votes for long versions. Long content. And I mean by that is more commentary, right? More flight deck commentary, that kind of stuff. And like I said, maybe I cut it off after we hit 18,000, and then I'll pick you back up probably 150 miles top of descent where we can work on weather and descent and all that, which we have to do here, by the way, soon. Okay, we got 199 nautical miles, and this is what's really cool. This is how you know our GPS is working. We have 98 miles and 98 miles. So this is GPS based. The DG is GPS based. This is GPS based. This is ground based. Okay? So you got 97, 97. Both of them are working. That means we're not getting any GPS spoofing or anything like that. Okay, it's looking pretty good for us. We're doing 0.8, Mach 0.8. That thing is cruising. We are going quick. This airplane is fast. We're doing 428 knots over the ground right now. Pretty cool stuff. Anybody else want to vote in the comments? Let me know. We got 2 votes. Is there anybody else that would like to chime in on what you want to see? Nice and smooth. The air is pretty smooth. We're supposed to get into some turbulence coming up here. Approximately at Jeff's, and if that happens, we're going to have to back it off a little bit to our turbulent penetration speed on this aircraft. Steve says long. All right, what we got? Now we got 3 for long. Anybody want a short version or? And that's, hang on, I'm killing my ears here. Hang on. That's another thing where we're just, it's just tough because I don't know. Crap, when the 7.5 comes online, ooh, baby. We're going to be flying that airplane till the wheels fall off. Oh, man. And you folks online, you could, you know, if you wanted to book a charter with us on our MD-80s, we can do that. So if you wanted a charter run, you could request a flight and we can charter it with the MD-80. So if you're like, hey, I want to see an MD-80 flight, send me a message or DM me or something on Instagram or on our membership post. And even the public can do it. You know, if you say if you wanted to charter a flight in the U.S. somewhere with our MD-80s, we're going to charge you for it, but all virtual money. It's not real, but you know, it gives us some flavor, and we'll pretty much feature it on our channel. That's kind of one of the cool things. I got to try to look for. Yeah, that's what I mean, Pops. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about I'm not talking about the streams, right? This is long form on the stream. You're going to see the entire flight. I'm talking about during the week. What do you folks want to see during the week? I wonder, does this thing come down? I told you we were going to get into turbulence. Here it is. That's what I mean. It's during those week flights that do you want to see? Like I have to fly. I'm going to be flying the 737 after I'm done with this run. I'm going to be flying the 37 from Charleston down to Daytona, and I'll probably do that this week. Do you want me to film that? Do you want to see that long form during the week? And I'm doing flows, by the way. I'm going to set up these flows and do flows. I'm going to do a tutorial on the 737 flows. Steve says I only request Canadian flights. You could do that. We can do Canadian flights. We fly up there a lot with hockey, right? So if there's any Canadian flights you'd like to go to, let us know. Just to let you know, we charge $21,000 an hour. And that's going rate for an MD-80 or a 737. That's what those are. That's funny. If you had any cargo you wanted to fly, there you go. We can charter that too. All right, we have approximately 314 nautical miles to go before we get there. Now, we're gonna have to do some work here, and I'll show you how this airplane is really cool. The developers did a great job with this, and we are supposed to be flying the Letty 1 arrival. Letty 1 arrival right there. Now, there was a NOTAM, and I want to make sure the NOTAM is not... There was a couple of NOTAMs here that I saw yesterday, and it was one of the arrivals was closed. Let's see what we got here. Today we've got markings. Pavement markings. Basically saying unobscured markings. Louisville, last 7 days. Let's see. I'm just looking at the arrivals. Okay, here we go. Star, Louisville, Darby 8 arrival unavailable. Cherry 4 arrival unavailable. Damon 5 unavailable. Frizzen 5 unavailable. We are good with the Letty. We are going to fly the Letty 1 arrival. I want to make sure that we have the Letty 1 ready to go. We're going to come in at La Fox or Yoki. So what I want to do is just kind of go down and scroll down. We've got Charleston, Spade. There's Yoki right there. So Yoki, then we're looking at Cobb's transition between 16 and 14,000. Good. We are landing southbound. We're landing 17s. As of right now, when we took off they were. Let's see what they're doing right now, folks. Weather, ATIS. Right now they're landing the 17s, so there you go. Approximately 50 nautical miles to HVQ VOR. 34,000. We're doing good. Is that CAD or USD? That's a USD, Steve. That is a going rate, and that is not. That is real to true life. We did a lot of research on this. $21,000 for 1 hour of flight time. It's a lot of money, right? You have a company. Okay, so we're going to do the Liddell 1. Whoops. I don't want that. The Liddell 1, let's take a look at it. What? All right, I'm going to have to do this again. Here. It's so close to the middle, that's why. There we go. We're going to pull in that arrival, and then I'm just going to make it bigger. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're coming in at Yoki here. We're going to go from Yoki to A-Rush, Cobb's, Liddell, Soda, Louis, and then it's going to break us off. Okay, it's going to come up through here. We got to cross the river. Okay, Stevens, Michael, and then right around Hannah, and then we'll probably backtrack it down over the city. It's going to be beautiful, folks. It's going to be beautiful. The reason why I know it's over the city, I just stayed here, and I was in a hotel. I stayed right here by the river, right downtown. I had my windows open. I had live ATC net on, and all night, and every minute a UPS airplane was coming in. Every minute. It was like JFK at 5 o'clock p.m. It was awesome. So cool. And they would just fly right over the hotel. So I know we're going to be flying right over the city. Really cool run. So we got to make sure we hit Stevens and then Michael. So we've got Cobbs, Soda, Rhoda, Michael, Hannah, and then 17 left. Cool. Shelton says, when will you fly Polynesian 1 again? It's a good question. When we're on the line? I guess that's a line flight. That'll be a line flight, 737-800. So if you want to see that livery again, I can bid another. The bids are out, by the way. So what I'm going to do is I'll post, again, for our members only, I'm going to post on our Discord the routes. I'll give you 4 or 5 routes that we can do this month. And not this month, next month. This month I just had a run. I wanted to go to Daytona and make it quick. So, did we ever answer that, by the way? What are we going to do during the week? You want long form flights during the week? Or short form? I'm talking about during the week. The Wednesday night flights that I film. You want me to just film the line flights, do commentary, cut out the cruise, and then we'll do top of descent stuff? Is that what everybody's thinking? I think that's what I got from you. We'll see how the other one did. I don't know how the other one's doing. Okay, we're going to go to the flight tab, and I'm going to show you this. Our first descent, where we need to be down to, is 14,000 feet over Cobb's. So take a look at Cobb's here. It's at 14,000 feet, 280 knots. So what I'm going to do is throw to the flight tab. And this is really cool because I can say, all right, I need you to get down to 14,000 feet. And then it tells us we need to be starting the descent at 1,500 feet, 62 nautical miles away. Pretty cool. Okay, so we know we have at least 62. Now I'm going to go up because I want to be a little more conservative than that. And I'm going to say 70 nautical miles. So 70 nautical miles away from Cobb. Now, that was a really nice, it's called the 3-to-1 ratio. We can do it here, and I'm going to show you a way of doing it on paper, but it's a pain in the butt. But it's cool. It's a great skill to have. Okay, let's just check this out. So, we're looking from A-Rush to Cobb's is 10 nautical miles. You with me? From Yoki to A-Rush is 39, let's call it 40. That's 50 nautical miles. What did I say? We need to be at 70 nautical miles. So what we need to do is, so this is what we say, 50, 40, 50, so that's 20 nautical miles. 40, that's 20, right? 40, 50, 67, yeah, 20 nautical miles from Yoki. So we need to be at 20 nautical miles from Yoki. So what we'll do is when we hit to Yoki, which is going to be up a little bit, but when we get to Yoki here, and I'm going to do some calculations and see. Where's Yoki? Dang it. Nope. Here's our turbulence. When we hit Yoki, we need to be 20 nautical miles. So from Spade to Yoki is what we really need to know, folks. And we're coming up to Spade. So Spade to Yoki distance doesn't tell me. When we get to Spade, we'll know. All right, so 20 nautical miles away from Yoki, and that's coming up. So let's get ready for the descent. We're going to have to start planning. We're about 8 nautical miles away. We are in the turbulent area. Shelton says short. Okay, so I'm going to put a poll up there. I'm going to pull a poll up tonight in our Discord channel for our members only on what the heck they want to see. Short form, long form. Up to you. And when I say long form, I mean 30 minutes. That's what I'm talking about. 30 minutes of commentary, right? Not the entertainment that you get with all the cuts and stuff. I think one of those videos is fine, a month or something like that, but yeah, Shelton, I'll post that up for Polynesian 1, but I don't forget about it. All right, we just hit HVQ. We're headed to Spade. We got about 20 nautical miles to go, and then we're going to start our descent. Okay, I am pushing into Indianapolis. We're going to be in Indianapolis Center the whole way through. Now, Beyond ATC is, you guys want me to turn on Beyond ATC? I can. But we're going to be starting our descent shortly. Okay, we approximately have 24 nautical miles to Spade. After Spade, we're going to go to Yoki. I don't know if I have enough time to even calculate. Well, maybe I can tell up here. If I go... ...21 nautical miles. Okay, 92 nautical miles. Plenty of time. So, at 20, we have to start down. So, do you guys want to... I can pull up... Beyond ATC, if you'd like me to. Turn her on. Turn her on. Okay. Beyond ATC, here we come. If I can turn her on. I gotta find it first. Are you still working on doing shared cockpit with members? Yeah, I mean, Thibs, we could do that. I found that it's kind of wonky. I don't know how it is now, but it was just a little buggy. Does that make sense? But we could totally do it. I think there's a level on the there's a level of membership that gets you like 30. I think it was like an hour instruction or something like that. We could totally do that too. So, I mean, we could do shared cockpit. I love shared cockpit. It's fun. We are in the cruise phase. I'm going to click OK. Now, they're saying the frequency does not exist. I don't know the frequency for center. Okay, I don't know. So it says no actions because I don't have a frequency. Does anybody have a frequency of center? I don't know. How am I going to get center? Somebody give me a frequency of Louisville Center. Oh, excuse me, Indianapolis. Let me call Indy Center. Indy. There we go. Indianapolis Center. Give me a frequency. Frequency. There we go. Frequencies. There are going to be 100 of them. All hazardous weather. No. Unicom. No. No. Radio. 160. That's not even close. Okay. Standby. Indy Center. It's down. What is the 124.525? 124.525. We're going to tune that right now. 124.525. 124.5. That's what we're going to do. Let's try it. Riptide 59002 Indy Center. Negative. Nothing. Dang. How about 119.550? Let's try that. So we could do this in comms. 119.550. It's really cool. 119. 119.550. 119.550. Thank you. Transfer. Let's try to get that going. Frequency does not exist. Let's try another one. 124.525. That's the one I had. 124. It didn't work. 124.525 didn't work either. Nothing. I'm getting nothing, so I don't know what frequency to use for beyond ATC. Yoki, 83 nautical miles. We need to start descending about 30-ish from the VOR. Okay, let's try that. 125, 120. 125, 125. Let's try that. Right there, 125, 125. Standby. Up. Frequency does not exist. AD center, check. Nothing. I got nothing. What do you guys do with ATC, with beyond ATC, and you come in the middle of the cruise? Anybody know? You know, I should check my fuel gauges. All right, we got 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. We're sitting pretty. Any other thoughts? Because I got nothing. Flip frequencies back and forth again. Okay, I can try that. Okay, we got 124, 525. Indianapolis Center. Nothing. $121.5. I don't want to call on that. Okay, thank you. There it is. Clearance ground center, 126.525. You're kidding me, right? 126.525. There we are. 126.575. 126.575. 126.575. Transfer. There we go. Indianapolis Center, Riptide 5902, checking in, flight level 340.
Call star 5902, Indianapolis Center, radar contact.
Roger. Okay, we're on radar contact with Beyond ATC now. And we're still on with Jacksonville. I mean, we're still on with, I've got, I do have to take this off because push to talk, it's the same one. So I don't want to be broadcasting on a frequency I'm not supposed to be broadcasting on. So I might have to disable my push to talk for now. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to leave it alone. We'll leave well enough alone, right? 61 nautical miles. When we hit about 20, we'll start our descent. And we want to do... shoot. I didn't... SDF, bro. All right, hold on. SDF. Okay, so SDF, click it. And let's pull in the runways. We're going to go to approach. And I want to pull in 17 left. And we're going to be in ILS. It's a beautiful day out there. We'll get the weather pulled in right now. Are you kidding me right now, bro? Here we go. Okay, there it is. 17 left. It's going to take us to Lexi, Billum, and then we're in. All right, I throw a star right now just because we're going to be flying the Liddell 1. If I could get it, it would be great. There we go. Okay, let's pull that in. Good. And I'm going to pull up SCF. We'll get the weather, write that down, and then we'll start our way on our way down. Approach 17 left. We'll lock that in. Let's go and get the weather up. Appreciate the heads up, by the way, on the headset. I didn't even. You could tell I don't use it a lot. But it's cool when you don't have any air traffic control. It's nice. Okay, click options, negative airports, weather, ATIS coming in. Real ATIS. 27 minutes ago, wind 220 at 04 with 10 statute miles visibility. Sky conditions are 40 miles away, about 30. I'm going to start down. And I'm going to go ahead and reset that on the altitude. So we need to get down to 14,000 feet. Right there. Set. Okay. Visual approach 3-5. Whoa, they changed the runways on us. Okay. So they switched it to 3-5 left and right. So let's go down here and let's get this going. We're going to go and click flight plan. We're going to go ahead and down. It's got to think what we're doing. Hold on. Liddell 1. Select arrival. Runway is going to be 3-5 left or right. So I want to land 3-5. This is what happens, folks. In real world, too. They switch the runways a lot. 3-5 right. Okay.
Call star 5902, Indianapolis Center. Expect level 1, runway 35 left.
Okay, I'm going to go 3-5 left then. Okay, we'll expect runway 35 left for Riptide 5902. Okay. I'm going to click the load of the arrival. I might have screwed it up. Hang on. Yeah, let's just make sure we got the map right. And we're going to hit Yoki and then what? So I've got to go flight plan. I'm scrambling. Yoki arrival information is there. I'm going to click this. And we got that. We loaded that. 3-5 left. We're good to go. A-brush now. Enter. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and start our descent. I'm going to call them up. We need to start down now. Indianapolis Center, Riptide 5902, requesting descent.
Call star 5902, descend via level 1 arrival. Louisville Standiford Phi Airport landing runway 35 left. Altimeter 29902.
Okay, descent via the Liddell 1 arrival. Got it. Didn't like that.
Negative, runway 35 left.
Roger, 3-5 left. Okay, we're going to go to flight. We're going to click the start now descent. And there's a couple of things that it could do. One, it's going to throw us down about 1,500 feet a minute. Now, you could do it that way, or you can do it the manual way. And I'll show you the manual way as well.
Negative, runway 35 left.
Didn't I say that?
Descend via level 1 arrival. Louisville Standiford Phi Airport landing runway 35 left. Altimeter 29902. Call star 5902.
Okay. Steve, looking at my Navigraph app, I normally share my app with you guys. I didn't tonight. If you go to Navigraph, you're at Navigraph app if you have it, and you look at ATIS, real world ATIS, it's going to tell you what runways they're landing, and right now they're landing north runways.
Call star 5902. Contact Indianapolis Center 126.375.
Okay, over to Indianapolis Center 126.575.
Negative, Indianapolis Center on 126.375.
Okay, 126.375, thanks. Indianapolis Center, Riptide 5902 out of 31,000 for 14.
Call star 5902. Say altitude.
Flight level 300.
Call Call star 5902, Indianapolis Center. Good day. Descend and maintain 6,000. Altimeter 2992.
6,000. Okay, we'll descend and maintain 6,000 for Riptide 5902. 6,000 set. Okay, sky conditions are few clouds at 3,500 feet. We got temperature 28, 2.22. Altimeter coming in 29902. Runway is going to be 17. He gave us 17 left. No, he gave us 35 left. Woo. 35 left it is. Okay. I'd rather that. It's shorter flying time for us. Less fuel burn and more money. That's what that means. Okay, we're 8 nautical miles from Yoki. We're going to descend down to 6,000. Now, I'll show you what we're going to do to arm that. Okay, now 6,000's a little low. So we're just going to have to play this by ear, all right? I'm looking at Atlanta Center, Houston, Memphis. On the descent, folks, heading into Louisville, Kentucky. All right, now with this particular runway, we are going to change the 3.5s. Dump that one. We're going to pull in 3.5 left. Let's get the ILS dialed in here. 109.35. I'm going to go 109.35 right on this one. $109.35. Boom. Okay, now I want to Louisville 114.8. 114.8. Boom. And that's going to be Louisville VOR. We're about 50, 60, 70 nautical miles, 72 nautical miles away from Louisville right now. We're doing good, folks. Oh, baby. What else do you folks want to see? Anything else on the channel? 350 on the heading for the inbound course. Can't do anything about that now. And I do want to make sure we have the Bourbon transition. We should have a VOR. There it is, right there. Bourbon transition, and it's going to be straight in. Now, the ILS, you can activate it. In this particular case, you can do a couple things here. We can do the Del 1, select arrival, and you can see load arrival. We're going to click runway 35 left. Now I'm just going to cancel that. What I'm going to do, let's go 35 left. Should take us to Bourbon transition. Okay, we're up to Yoki. Then we got A-Brush and Cobbs. It's just, I'd like to see, I don't like that. All right, so okay, it's not activated. It's not an activated leg. So what I have to do is go to flight plan. A-Brush, we need to activate that leg. Yes. Now it should take us in. If we go to map, there we go. Now I was thinking, I'm like, why in the world am I not getting what I need to get? Now we could see kind of the route we're going to take. Got to get back on a course. We're a little off course. We are coming to A-Brush 23 nautical miles away. That's what I mean. You can't relax, right,
Call star
folks?
5902. Contact Indianapolis Center 121.325.
Okay, over to Andy Center, 121.325. See ya. Shelton, does the 727 have an option for winglets? Yes. This one does, and yes, Coastal is getting all the winglets on the aircraft. Let's give him a call. Indianapolis Center, Riptide, 5902, checking in.
Negative. Indianapolis Center on 121.325.
Okay, Indy Center, 121.325. Indy Center, Riptide, 5902, checking in, 18,000. Say altitude.
Call star 5902, Indianapolis Center, roger.
Cool. All right. We're through 18,000, so what we're going to do is do 18,000 flow. So the first thing we're going to do is set our altimeters. Bango to bingo, 2992 on the overhead. We're going to do a continuous ignition on. Then we're going to come down here, and we're going to say, all right, we got that done, that done. Landing data is complete, ready to go. We're going to come over here. We're going to go ahead and throw auto brakes to minimum, and we're going to turn on our lights. Turn-offs are coming on, wings are on, inboards are on, and then we're going to call our FE, flight engineer. We are on the approach. Please give me approach checklist. Let's do the descent checklist, and we are done. Here we go. Altimeters set and altimeters and bugs set and cross-check. VREF and VTarget right here. So let's pull this up. Click landing. We're going to go with there, flap 30. Set the EPR bug. Set our speeds. We're set and ready to go. Okay, auto brake is on. We're going to do a minimum. Start switches on continuous cooling doors. He's got control over cooling doors. Cliff's brother. You can see it right there. Good. Okay, hydraulic pumps all on. And descent checklist is complete. We're done. Hi, Kai, how are you? He says, hi there, just finished my flight today. How's it going? It's going well. Cal, sorry. It's going well, my friend. We're flying into Louisville. On the arrival into Louisville, you can see we're about to hit a brush, and we are right where we need to be. About that 14 to 16,000. It's perfect. Now we're a little slow. I would like to see.
Call star 5902. Contact Indianapolis Center 121.175. Take care.
121.175. Okay, over to center 121.175. Thanks. Indianapolis Center, Riptide 5902, checking in, flight level 140. Okay, what we're going to do, folks, see the outcell come in? So we're going to come down here, we're going to take it off of outcell, and we're going to start our descent. Okay, so I'm going to go vertical speed, and I'm just going to drop the vertical speed down. Let me try them again. Indianapolis Center, Riptide 5902. Okay, we're on frequency.
Indianapolis Center, call star 5902. Good day. Descending via level 1, 13,600. Call star 5902. Indianapolis Center, roger.
Okay, we're checked in. As you take a look here on the GPS unit, we're descending down to 6,000 feet as they cleared us. But you could see all of these altitudes don't matter anything, but what I am concerned with, especially with beyond ATC, what is our MSA? Okay, what is our minimum safe altitude here? We're en route. Are we good to go? Are we going to hit any terrain? You know, what's going on? Especially when we're kind of off the, between 11 and 13,000 is what we need to hit. And we're doing good. We're about 46 nautical miles away from the VOR. We're going to go ahead and turn that on for you. And this on. Okay, here we go. We already did our numbers. Our landing lights are on. Let's go and check it out outside. Look at this old bird, huh? 1960s. Here we come. Vintage. Weather's beautiful here in Louisville. I find that this aircraft, folks, on the descent or on the approach path definitely drops like a rock. So you got to be very careful with that. All right, we are in. Let's get our wits about us. We're at Cobb's. Be between 14 and 16,000. We got 10 nautical miles to go to Liddell, which is right there. You can see 11 to 13, and we are striking that. We're a little bit below it. So I'm just going to slow the descent rate. Okay, so I'm going to come up on the descent. Okay, just about maybe 800 feet a minute. Now we're going to have to set this to 250, so the speed's going to come back. You're going to hear the horn go off. That is the landing gear horn. A couple ways. You could just plug your ears, or simple, you could just pull that, and that's a magnetic switch. It just shuts it off. So, you know, you don't want to do that, but you want to re-engage that, what is what I'm saying. At about 5,000 feet, we can re-engage that. Okay, looking good.
Call star 5902. Contact Louisville approach 134.15.
Okay, Louisville approach now, 123.15. Louisville approach Riptide 5902, checking in 9,000.
Call star 5902. Verify information, Golf.
Yeah, we have the numbers.
Call star 5902 Louisville approach. Altimeter 29902. Expect the ILS runway tree 5 left via Bourbon.
Okay, 29902. We'll expect 35 left via Bourbon. Riptide 5902. 8,000. Okay, we should be at a bottom altitude of 7,000 at Law, then Bourbon at 6. So again, I'm going to slow that descent rate down just to peak, because you can see we've got Liddell. We're over to Pratty. Once we're at Pratty, we're going to go to Olds, and I'll show you what's going on with our charts. See right here, we're at Pratty. Once we hit Pratty, we're going to go to Olds, then K-Law, and then up to Bourbon, and that's basically a visual approach inbound. So I'll just shut off the shut everything off there, and we'll just fly it in. Hand fly the aircraft. We're doing 250 on the speed. We're probably going to have to slow down to 210 here in a little bit. And I'm going to shut this altitude, hold off. Throttle's going to come to idle for a minute. Let's brief the landing really quick. When we land, this thing does not have auto spoilers. So the captain has to pull the spoilers. First thing we do, yank the spoilers, then we'll pop the brakes. We've got 3-5 left today into Louisville, and that runway is plenty big. It's 11,800 feet. We're going to need about 5,500 feet to land. Let's look at our landing weight. We should be well under gross. Our landing weight's right now, gross weight 152.7, and I believe you look at our gross weight, we should be at nothing. What are you talking about? What's our gross? Our maximum landing weight 154. What did I say? All right, we're 2,000 under gross. That's perfect. Still a little heavy, but we're definitely under gross weight, so that's good. Okay, Lettle, we're going to Olds. There's 7,000. We got 1,000 to go. Outsell coming on. Outsell check. Let's turn on the floor lighting. There we go. Okay, once we hit the Olds, they're going to go to K-Law and then Bourbon. Basically, we're all the way in from there. Cal, how was your flight? Hopefully it was good. Okay, we've got, you see this old, let me look closer, just want to make sure we're good. We got Olds, K-Law, Bourbon, and then we're in, okay? That's the route. And then I got to call VATSIM. That's going to be fun. I'll have to put that on the other one. Tower 124.2. That might be the same frequencies. That'll be perfect. All right, there's 6,000 level. Good. And we've got K-Laws. We're doing good on speed. We'll keep the speed up a little bit. And we'll start slowing the aircraft down. Okay, clipboard coming down, folks. I've already got this planned. 109.35. And then we're just going to ride this thing to K-Law. We got K-Law coming up. K-Law is in about 4 nautical miles. 21 miles to destination. All right, let's slow to 210. Right there. Speed's coming back down. We're level, so that's perfect. All right, once I get the airport inside, I got traffic.
Call star 5902. Cleared direct Bourbon. Cross Bourbon at or above 6,000. Cleared ILS runway tree 5 left.
Okay, direct Bourbon, 6,000. Clear the ILS 35 left. Riptide 5902. I got traffic right there ahead. That might be an FSLT target, or that could be a actual target. We're going to treat it like an actual target and watch it. This is where TCAS would be come in handy. Okay, right when we hit Bourbon, folks, we're going to be lined up for the 3.5s. I got that aircraft there. So what we can do right now, we got 3 nautical miles to Bourbon. What we're going to do is go like this. We're going to take this off. Going to go to glide slope. Right? I'm going to click approach. And we're going to take that off and go to nav. And hope the heck I got it right. 109.35. 109.35. Heading. Localizer is not working. Heading select coming in. Here we go. Okay, what the heck? 109.35 should be inbound. And we need to hit 350 on the inbound course. Look out the window, see where the heck this runway is. Okay, a couple things we could do is restore. There it is. We got it. So I'm going to go ahead and intercept. Right there. Altitude's coming down. I'm going to zero that sucker out. Set. Heading select. And see, I'm just trying to get interception here. And then give me flaps 2. Flaps 2. Speed's coming back. 190. And then I'll take the throttles away here in a minute. Outcells on. Heading select. I got to make sure I get to the right one, folks. Okay, we got auto glide slope. That is on. So we should be intercepting right now. I'm expecting VOR lock to come on. There we go. Good on speed. Bourbon. Red Bird. We need to start descending. So let's go. Yeah, let's go. There's the lock. We're high as a kite. Speed's going to come back down. And I'm going to take over. Auto throttle's coming off. I see the runway. Auto throttle's disengaged. It's my aircraft. Okay, set me flaps. What are we? 200 knots. Flaps coming 5. Vertical speed, we're going to drop it more. 1,500 feet a minute here. We got to catch it back up. A Wally is 4,000. We are a little high, Coog. We're 1,000 feet above where we should be. All right. Landing check's coming up, but I got to wait for that. Okay, we're going a little on the fast side. I'm going to pull some brake. I've got my hand on the speed brakes. Help slow us down, okay? You could throw gear if you wanted to, but you know, we're about 8 miles right now. It's good. Let it go. Okay, let's drop the speed down even more. Go 160. Okay, we got glide slope is now green.
Star 5902. Contact Louisville Tower 124.2.
Okay, over to tower 124.2. See ya. Louisville Tower, Riptide 5902, final runway 35 left.
Call star 5902, Louisville Tower. Wind 225 at 4. Runway tree 5 left clear to land.
Three 5 left, cut land. See ya. Gear down. We're on flap 15. Kick it to flap 30 when it's slow. Right there. Whoa, look at that UPS. We're right next to each other. That's cool. Okay, give me flap 30. Flaps 20, flap 25. Give me flap 30. And we're going to go landing checklist. Okay, gear down 3 green. Flaps are set. Auto brake is set. Flaps are set. Anti-skids on. Landing checklist is complete. Okay, I'm on autopilot. I want to see how the autopilot actually works. I haven't used the autopilot yet to land, so we're going to test it out. I'll kick it off about 1,000. See how it's doing fugoids? I don't like that. That's not cool. I'm just going to disconnect it, and we'll fly it. My plane. So we're going to disconnect the autopilot. Look out the window. Okay, speed coming in just a little bit. We're a little slow. That's getting a little too on the low side, so let's pick it up. Starting to creep away. There we are. Now we're getting on the high side. See how the airplane, like, you start hitting.
1,000.
Check. Too much down. Too much nose down. Trying to trim the aircraft. Too much right about there. That's probably good. I like I said, this airplane has a tendency of getting low on you if you don't trim it out right. We're getting some crosswinds or what? Let's see how that looks. Speed's good. We're right in there. Why is this airplane taking off the wrong way? That's not right. That's an FSLT target.
300.
Raj. We're right on target. Got the Vazzies. Coming down with the speed just a little bit. Plenty of runway. Whoa, there's a downdraft.
100,
I got it.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brakes. 1, 2, 3 reversers. Let's go. In reverse. $80 knots. 60 knots. We'll get up in the next one. My plane. Brakes.
Call star 5902. Exit right at Bravo 6.
Okay, Riptide 5902, exiting right, Bravo 6. All right, welcome to Louisville. We be jamming. We're going to kind of go over here.
Call star 5902. Exit right at Bravo 6.
I did, you moron. All right, I'm going to shut that off because I don't want to hear it anymore. And what we're going to do is an after landing check. So we're going to clean it up. We'll clean it up, folks. We'll get the flaps in. Look at this thing. Look at all those flaps in there. Look at that split Fowler flaps. Look at that wing camber. Holy smokes. You want to talk about good performance. Man. Great performing airplane. Okay, flaps coming up. That's up. That is off. And then we will go ahead and throw the outboards off, landings off, taxis on, runway turn-offs, strobes off, wings off, logos off. And then we will shut that off on the continuous ignition. Window heat coming off. Anti-ice off. Pitot heat is off. Okay. After landing check complete. Let's go. We're going to shut down number 2. This is just because, well, I don't want to burn 3 engines. So right away, I got to get down here, folks. Hang on. We're going to shut down number 2. Number 2 is closed. All right, go back up. That's done. Open this. All right, let's go and taxi now. All right, I'll wait for this guy's getting towed. This is the UPS hub. The big bird right there, man. You got a lot more lug nuts than I do. I'll let you go. Like no joke. MD-11 right there, huh? Okay, we're good. Let's go. Oh, United Bill, what's going on, buddy? You're flying a nice firm landing. Yeah, you're not kidding. Kind of planted it on the ground. That's good. One tired it. That's fun. You know, I could care less because there's boxes. Boxes? As long as I'm over 50 and under 600, I'm good. I got to see how much G-force that was. That's what I care about. The G-load. All right, we're going to go ahead and taxi. We're going to go ahead to the other side of this ramp. The sorting facility is coming up. Oh, it's loud, huh? All You're flying Horizon. Nice. Horizon 787-900. Cool. Is the Horizon a developer? I'm not familiar with that. All right, folks. We're going to go ahead and taxi across here. This is Louisville. All of this is UPS. This whole facility. Here, all UPS. It's crazy how much they have. It's amazing. The logistics that these people do is unbelievable at night. And let me see here. It's 9, 10, it's 11, or is it 10 o'clock there? It's probably getting prime time for them. They're probably just starting to bring in the aircraft. There's a DHL truck. See how they can drive through? So cool. I don't know where we're parking. I'm guessing. I mean, I guess we could park at stand 14, which is up here, or we can go down to one of the 13s. I'm assuming wide bodies would be out here just because they're wide bodies and they can go here. I think your narrow bodies are going to come into the next wing that we're going to go to. The APU's burning. Nice. Thank you, Cliff's brother. What's his name? What are we calling this FO? I don't know. Okay, it's an hour ahead of me. All right, so they're 11 p.m. So yeah, they're just starting their shift. They're just starting. In real life, obviously. Oh, man. I can't wait till we get a nice paint job in coastal livery here. Be nice. And not just the coastal, it's going to have some chrome. I think we're going to chrome this thing out, one of them. I think we're getting 4 of them, so we're chroming one out. I just hope we can do it sooner than later. Okay, what we're going to do is go over, then we're going to drop down. So we're going to go down this way. We'll do spot 3 or something like that, which is on the other side of this wing, folks. Nobody's on that side. See, the 727 isn't bad when you have, you have GPS in it. Auto throttles can help you a lot, which I am going to do. I'm going to get them retrofitted. At least all of them except for one. And the guys could cry and moan when they get assigned that aircraft. No auto throttles. I'm not going to fly that. I love flying the CRJ. I was thinking of doing a CRJ run for next month in September. That'd be cool. I haven't flown the RJ in a long time. You guys want to see that? Who knows? All right, let's go. I got the U.S. mail here for you, folks. I'm ready to go. Spot 3 or spot 5. Now their main sorting facility is right ahead, straight ahead is their sorting facility. And they take all the freight and they move it down here on this outbuilding. We got one. There we go. We're going to sandwich ourselves right here. Okay, lights coming off. Oops. Now we should shut down. I shut down the wrong engine. I should have shut down number 3, and I didn't. The reason why you want to do that is because 3 is the first one you start. So you want to shut down 3 on the taxi and to burn 1 and 2. So, excuse me, I didn't do that right, so I apologize. E5 it is. Brake set. How's your... We're on APU source. Let's shut down the engines. All right, let's go ahead and shut this off. Beacon is off. Let's go ahead and open the door for them. We're going to open actually all of our doors. Let me do that in here. Let's do this first. Pull this up. We're going to go to aircraft. We're going to open our forward cargo. We're going to open our aft cargo. We're going to set the cones, set the chocks, and I would hope they would connect ground power for us. It's right there. Maybe. I don't know what that is. Probably a scale. I'm going to connect ground power here. And then we're going to come over, open the door. Let's go ahead and get the door open here in the back. And then we'll do a secure checklist. And we'll be done. This is coming open. Power on. Open door. Didn't open. Let's try that again. Floodlights off. We don't need it now. Open. Oh, I see, Bill. He said just giving it some more features than it had from the Sobo. I gotcha. Cool. Request deboarding. Deboarding not available. Why? See, I got to do this parking position or whatever. Cool. All right, so what we're going to do now is we will call the FE. Oops, sorry. We'll have him do a secure. You wouldn't do a secure cockpit. You'd do a turnaround state. And I'll show you what that looks like. Let's just do that. Okay, so when we land, we're going to go FE panel. So I'm going to skip what they're going to do. A pressurization reset. So you come over here. You're on the ground. We're good. We would reset this. APU switch, obviously, is on. Engine 2 bleed. Number 2 closed. Number 3. Number 2 closed. Number 3. Number 2 right hand closed. Sorry. Number 3 closed. Got it. Right pack off. Right pack off. There you go. Gasper fan is on. And then we're going to go essential power gen 1. Oh, wait a minute. We've done that. That was after landing. We got to do our turn. I'll get it in a turn status, folks. I'll show you the flow. Here it is. Park brake set. Seatbelt signs are off. Start levers cut off. Beacon exterior lights are good. Fuel panel as required. So the fuel panel, if we were doing a turn, this is what we would do. Off, 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 off. 1 on. Good. Fuel panel. Pumps off. Cross feeds open. 1, 2, 3. Off. Okay. Pumps are off. Got that we got pumps off, cross feeds open. B pumps interconnect closed. B pumps are off. Interconnect down here is closed. Wheel chocks are in, turn B pumps off. Sorry, engine bleeds all open. I'll open those bleeds up. I had them closed. Okay. There you go. Cabin air distribution as required, and we are done. That's it. I'm going to get it off the APU because I don't want to keep burning the fuel. So we're going to go essential power to on. And we're going to come over to here to external power. Over to here to external power. APU is coming off. All right, let's write down our fuel stats. And we'll get everything off this airplane. And we'll head to Jacksonville. We won't do that tonight, but that's what I'm going to be doing during the week. I got to write the fuel status, folks, because that's how we get charged. I need to know how much fuel we're going to take. So we got 1, 2, 3. We got 4,000, about 4,000 pounds. 3,980. I don't know. I'll guess with you. 3,980. We'll say tank 1. Tank 2 is pushing 4,000, 3,800. 1, 2, 3, 3,800. Tank 2. Center tank is 1, 2, 3, 4,100. 4,100 pounds on the center tank. That's because we shut down that engine, so that's why we burn a little less fuel in that center. Okay, we're done. On the overhead, really quick, we'll do some of the stuff that we need to do. I wish it would save the panel state. It doesn't. It would be super nice if it did. Okay, all that's good, all that's good. All that's good. All right, folks, we are here. We're going to go ahead and get unloaded. The APU is off. Better be off. I better not be burning gas. I got to get paid. So, yeah, it's good. It's off right here. It's off right there. You're good to go. Okay, time to get paid. Let's get paid, folks. ACARS, and I want to say file the flight. Let's see, folks. We landed. Let's see how hard we landed this thing. $295. Okay, but I want to see descent rate. I don't know. I got to look at my descent rate. Blocks off time. We got that. Takeoff flaps. Take on top of descent. Okay, our landing G, 1.07. It's perfect. G-force was just 1 G. That's pretty good. 1.07, basically 1. We'll take it. File the flight. Let's get paid. Cha-ching. Money in the bank. Big money in the bank, too. And just to let you folks know what we ended up looking at. Dewan, he says, have a good night, sir. Thank you as always. I like the recent vid. Good stuff. Awesome. Cliffs Brothers, Clark. All right, United, have a good night, folks. And with that, we are going to get out of here. I'll put some polls up there. I'll get this for you guys this weekend so you can download PDFs and you can have a look and the checklist that I use. And, yeah, you can have a go at that stuff. It's going to be on our Discord of members only. If you're a member and you don't get it, or you're a patron and you don't have access, let me know. I'll help you out. Okay, and we will probably fly the next flight in a 737. Well, I'm going to release the flows on this aircraft this week on Wednesday, and then next week you'll see the 737 again. We'll continue our kind of our trip. It looks like I'll probably finish that trip up. We got 2 more legs to go, and then we're done. All right, appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for chilling out, hanging out on a Friday night. Again, if you want to know more about me, my bio is down below, so you can see my background and history and all that good stuff. Until next time, keep the blue side up and the brown side down. We will see you next Friday. Hopefully you enjoy the video on Wednesday. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you later.